2 hours, right? That's
I'm
like,
good with
what have
that.
you been talking about?
We like Olympics.
We like Olympics. We just watched the breaking today.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
Okay, fine.
I'm gonna press it. You guys ready?
That's just a prologue.
Here we go.
Ready, set,
Let's go.
Let's
go.
Oh, he's getting like, you're just practicing, Jeremy. I'm a little
No.
bit like rusty.
Well, you got to remember,
And
it's only
we-
7 o'clock for me.
It is true.
Oh.
And we are
Yeah.
live. Hi everyone, I am Nick.
And I'm Maria.
And today we have
Jeremy!
Sports City Bricks. But sadly, no special guest today.
But he's special, and we're special,
We're all
and you
special.
who are
Everybody's
viewing
special.
us tonight are special. So, that said, we are going to start.
Welcome to Full of Brick Season 5, Episode 28.
Mm-hmm.
And today is August 9th, 2024,
Yes.
which is also Mason's birthday.
All right. It's Mason's birthday. So yeah, our second guy, he turned 15.
Remember
And-
little Mason?
Yeah.
I remember
from-
Little Mason.
You can grow them big.
Yeah, he's Big Mason now.
Yep. Unlike goldfish, that if you keep feeding, something else happens to them. When you feed kids, they get big.
He's taller than Tristan now, right?
He is taller than Tristan.
What?
I know. So there's like Tristan,
Good
who's like
Lord.
the oldest, and now Mason is the tallest. He's also the smartest. But anyways, we'll just he's right now the tallest if we're looking at physicalities.
And he looks like
You know?
he's still gonna grow. He's still I'm
Yeah.
I'm not tall and he's still not taller than me.
Yeah. So I feel
But
like
he has longer arms than me and
like a
bigger
monkey.
hands.
He still
So I
might
think
get a little bit more.
he's
Maybe.
still gonna
But I
grow.
think
Yeah.
because I'm so short, I average out him and me, and so our kids are just somewhere in between. Like, what are the chances they'll outgrow Nick or grow taller than Nick?
I think because my brother's taller than me, and
He does have
Mason
long fingers.
has the dimension of my brother,
Like longish versus I'm
Yeah.
compact.
and Tristan's compact. So I think
Yeah.
Tristan has my build,
We have panda genes.
and then my brother has Mason has my brother's genes.
Yes. Funny how those genes kind of like evolve. I wish I had non-panda
Yeah.
genes, but whatever. I'm okay with mine. Anyways, yes, so today is his birthday. We had cake and pizza earlier. And you remind me that you are 7 o'clock there. I was not too long ago also at a time zone closer to yours.
We could talk about that during.
I
later.
like these prologues.
We're gonna talk about the Olympics to start.
Oh, okay. Are we gonna even go and do all of our like regular catalogs?
No, we'll go into the Olympics.
It's a free flow. All right.
So Jeremy,
We're going to
you
wing it.
dive into the. You did a
We
lot
are-
of Olympics this week, didn't you?
He did.
Yes, I did.
All he did was Olympics. I even saw your little cute mock of your Olympics.
Oh, I didn't see
Yes.
that.
Your Olympicsness. What kind of friend?
That
are
was
you?
I guess I was watching the Olympics. I wasn't watching Instagram.
well. That was last Wednesday. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So, what sports particularly did you enjoy?
Well, we enjoyed watching all of them. I think basically everybody took the time to watch the gymnastics. I especially watched.
Mhm.
I love
Absolutely.
how the men's gymnastics, how much happiness they were. It didn't matter how well they did. Those guys were just high-fiving,
Happy.
hugs, cheering everybody on. It was just nice to see that in the men's gymnastics.
Like different countries were cheering other countries on, or just
Yeah.
teammates?
It would be
But I-
teammate, a little bit of both,
Yeah.
actually.
I noticed that for the women too, because I was watching the Simone Biles
Mhm.
saga, and the Brazilian gymnast who beat
Placed
Simone
second
Biles.
or- yeah.
Well, she beat her in the floor.
Oh, right.
Mhm.
And when they were giving the gold medals, Simone Biles and I guess Simone Biles got silver, and
Mhm.
Jordan Childs, she
Yeah,
got
Jordan Childs. got bronze.
bronze.
Yes.
And so they both did like one of these things to the gold medalist when they were when she was
But
getting
it's
her.
so heartwarming because everybody has such great sportsmanship, right?
Yes.
It's like, you know how hard you work. You have to appreciate when somebody bests you. Like you can't be
Mhm.
like sore and bitter. I don't know. It's like, if anything, it's like, wow, I want to aspire to be like you next, or I'm so amazed by your feat. And like how much you can push yourself, your body, your spirit, your mind, but then to have somebody else even more, it's awe-inspiring, I think,
Mhm.
right? I always hang out with smarter people.
But I was interested in the Simone Biles saga because I was watching her documentary on, I think it was on Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
Was it good?
and it was good. It's she was talking about the Tokyo Olympics
Mhm.
2021
Mm-hmm.
when I guess after her first event she pulled out because for mental health issues. I guess under the pressure because
Mhm.
at Rio 2016, I think she won like 4 or 5 medals. She went crazy. She was
Yeah.
like winning everything, and then so the Tokyo Olympics, she was expected to do the same
And
and
just the
win everything
pressure.
because coming in she was
For
world champion,
sure, for sure.
and so she pulled herself out, which was a shock, and so Paris was supposed to be like her redemption
Mm.
Olympics,
Mm-hmm.
and now she's older.
Mhm.
29.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
27
29.
or
She's
29,
in she's
something.
in her late 20s. I can't remember exactly what the age was.
So I did this year
Mm-hmm.
just to see if she was able to, and she did well.
Yeah.
She won gold in the overall,
Yeah.
and she helped USA win the team gold.
And I
Mhm.
guess we have to see the value there, right? Where she was authentic enough to herself before to pull herself out and give herself that break, and then reframe sort of like moving forward how to pace herself
How
with
was
this.
the American coverage for Simone Biles? Because I was watching the Canadian coverage of her.
If you watched it live, it was basically they watched, since it's on NBC for us, it was they stuck to the Americans for whatever routine they were doing. They basically stuck to that one and just followed them around, especially when they was
Mm.
doing the all around.
Mm-hmm.
If you did the replay, we on the replay that we can do on Peacock, you can literally pick vaulting and you can watch every single person do vault. So you
Right,
can go and
right.
watch them do the floor. And so that's how we watched most of them. Was we watched the single event so we can see everybody perform.
Mm-hmm.
But did they do her whole story? Because you know how sometimes
They'll
they
feature.
feature an athlete and then they do like a background story and everything. Did they
Throughout it,
feature Simone
they talked.
Biles?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did one on whenever it was the live coverage and the all around. They did a little bit of talk about all of the uh, athletes who were performing when they was doing the live event. So to give a
Mm-hmm.
little background of what they've gone through, and especially for Simone and Jordan, they did a lot of talking about that because they're the ones who were redemption stories and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
were expected to do a lot. So they did a little bit of history on all of them, and same thing with some of the other. I'm going to say higher performing
Athletes.
athletes. They did a
Mm-hmm.
little bit more backstory, like the girl from Brazil. They told her whole story
Right.
Okay.
while they were doing that, about how she basically left her family when she was a young girl just to have the opportunity to do what she's doing now.
Yes, well, this is it,
Nice,
right?
nice.
Like it's such a village to make this sacrifice. It's already that
Hmm.
sole athlete, but like all of their support network has
Because some
to.
countries don't have the resources
Right.
to
Push
for
forward.
the athletes
Yeah.
compared to some other
Like
wealthy
USA.
wealthy countries.
Yes,
Well, I guess some athletes also come to the USA
Train.
to train if they have the opportunity.
Right. Right.
you'll hear a lot of them were training in college in the U.S. but representing other countries. There's a lot of those. Like the one that was, what was it? I think it was the pole vault, the winner for the pole
Oh,
vault.
from
Oh,
Sweden.
yes.
Yeah, he's not from Sweden. He is from the U.S., but his mom is from Sweden, so
And
he
that's
That's what
is.
I
how.
heard. Yeah.
Oh, no
Yep.
way.
He could have competed for USA or Sweden, but he
Yep.
chose Sweden. I'm not. Why did he choose Sweden? Did they say?
I cannot remember why he chose it, but that was one of the ones. Like, there's athletes around the world where basically they either choose to represent other countries, or I'm gonna say maybe they didn't do well in the competitions representing the U.S. and went to other countries that don't have the same amount of athletes to do all the routines and everything, and able to slide into spots there.
Well, that's what they were saying about for the men's basketball team, Joel Embiid, who plays for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah.
He's on the U.S. men's team, but he could have played for France.
Oh.
And in the finals for the gold medal match tomorrow, it's going to be USA versus France. So he's expecting a lot of boos from the French
Because
crowd
he's
whenever he
chosen-
touches the ball
Yeah.
at that game because
Of his choice.
of his
Yeah.
choice.
Whose side are you on? No.
But another story that from the Olympics, I'm gonna pull it up. Was did you hear about the hitman?
Yeah.
Did you hear about the
I don't
hitman?
know. I don't know.
In shooting.
So he's not he's not called the hitman, but
Now he is.
he's dubbed the hitman because see all these other shooters, they have all this like technical gear on their eyes and everything. They have like earmuffs. This guy just has like his hand in his pocket.
Very relaxed.
He has just his regular glasses.
It's a regular stance
And
for
he
him.
won silver medal. He was just like sharpshooting, just hitting everything. And so they're like, is this guy maybe a spy? Or did he intentionally not win the gold medal because he didn't want more eyes on him?
Yeah, that much scrutiny. Enough of a scrutiny, but not much
Did you see
scrutiny.
this story?
But even the
Jerry?
guy who was doing the high jump, like that was his final pose.
Oh, like this?
Yes. Everybody's like trying to do this pose now because it's like you're so cool or something.
The hitman?
Yeah.
I saw a news article where it was given the unique stories from the Olympics, and one of them was about this guy.
It is interesting. We were watching breaking today.
Did you see breaking? Breakdancing?
No, I haven't watched.
Breakdancing.
This is one of the few days I have not watched any Olympic coverage today. I know.
What else did you do?
I did.
So during
I did not study today. That's in show and tell what I did today.
All right. All right.
So during
Go ahead,
Nathan's
Raquel.
birthday pizza, we were watching the breakdancing competition.
Yes, and it was the medal standing already.
And basically, it's a circle.
So you challenge each
And
other.
it's
one-on-one.
It's 1v1. So it was the women's breakdancing competition.
It started with semifinals.
It was like 18-year-olds just.
I know. How did you just? The people who are taking the stage here, they're like 15 years old, 12 years old.
Well, that's for skateboarding.
Yeah,
They were, like,
skateboarding.
really young.
Right?
So it
There's
was
a 51-year-old skateboarding.
Oh, I didn't see that.
51.
That's my demographic. How did we miss this? I would be voting. Wow.
The guy
guy or
representing Great Britain was 51 years old.
Wow. He was like an original skater.
How did he do?
He actually did really well. I don't know if he medaled. I saw his routine, and Tony Hawk was actually there cheering him on and everything also.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So Maria and I were watching the breakdancing, and I guess we're not really good judges because every single time we're like, oh, we want.
It seems so subjective. We're like, oh, I like her. She's really good. And then we
watched this 2 semifinals and then the final. So the first semifinals was Japan versus the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, oh, the Netherlands girl won for sure.
For
like,
sure.
It was so good.
For sure.
And it was like
So
the judges were, the
Yeah.
Japanese girl won like hands
We don't
down.
even know. And so I'm like trying to Google what makes them, how does the judging work? How did the scores rack up? And it's like, yes, performance. They play random music, so they don't know what they're going into. So they have to be able to like anticipate the beat, right? And then sort of like make some sort of pose or move with the beat. So it is challenging, I suppose. But like, I don't know, like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So is dance, right? Like, so
It's subjective.
It's kind of like, it's
But
so
maybe
subjective.
they're doing specific moves that are known in the
guess.
breakdancing. And if it's like gymnastics where something's not bent properly or straight properly, maybe
You're not spinning on your head enough.
tenths are taken off that we just don't know.
Yes.
So like figure skating or gymnastics, like there's
We were not good judges. We did not know.
And then the second
I
match,
wasn't
the girl from China, her name was like a number.
A number.
It was just like
691, something
something
like that.
like that. It was
That was her name.
691 versus Nika.
Yeah.
Nika was from Lithuania.
It was like
right?
the Squid Game,
Yeah.
where they're just number.
But it reminded me of like you've watched 8 Mile, right? With Eminem,
Yeah.
where it was like the rap
Long
battle. It's
time
just
ago.
like that.
But with their
They
bodies.
go back and forth,
and they diss. It's like
then they're like
they
dissing each
can't,
other.
And they're like,
it's,
like
it's cool. I liked it. I'm not sure when maybe the men's tomorrow. I'm not sure. Like, but the women was today. Like they started the day with just round robin, so everyone was going against each other.
Yeah.
Then the top 2 women from each pool went to the knockout round, kind of like that.
But no U.S., no Canada. But I feel like breaking.
Well, U.S.
started
was
in the
there,
US.
but they didn't make the knockout round. The 2 U.S. women were both Asian too.
Yeah.
So a lot of Asian representatives in the breakdancing.
And how about track today? Man, Jeremy didn't watch today.
Oh, the upset.
The upset. The reversal of fortune for the Canadian team.
Yeah, did you know that
it was crazy?
Canada won
the 4x100 meter.
The 4x100 meter
baton.
Yeah.
We were the least favorites of the whole track.
We were in lane 9 because we had the slowest qualification.
You're
time.
9. You're 9. What does that mean? You're 9. You know what happened.
USA had the fastest.
Middle.
And you got
the transfer.
They botched their
first transfer.
They're known for that.
They're known for that.
Yes.
That's happened.
Like
what?
Olympic after Olympic.
Oh.
It's happened many times.
I know it happened in Tokyo, and I want to say it happened in. Yeah, I think it's a couple Olympics in a row that it's usually.
Yeah.
I have not seen this. I don't know when they did it, but it's usually the third to fourth leg, like that last switch off, is when it usually happens.
First to second.
This one was first to second.
Right off the bat, and he went like past. You know how there's like that little.
They got disqualified afterwards. They came in 7th in the race, and then later on they got disqualified for crossing the yellow line.
That you have to have your baton handed already.
Baton, yep.
All these rules.
But yeah, Canada wasn't like all their runners didn't make any of the finals of their race
of the 200s or 100s.
But they said in the broadcast that they've been practicing their exchanges. I guess that's the thing that matters the most.
Smooth and clean, right? But when you watch these people run, they're so fast. Like even when they're like running the 10K, when they're running the 10K, which is a lot of times around that track, you're just like the amount of time it takes them to do the 10K takes me like 1 kilometer. Like I'm finishing one. I'm like, oh, they're already done like one whole round. Anyways, it's amazing. It's so impressive. These athletes are just drinking some other thing that I'm not drinking.
Yeah. We've done a lot of, let's see here, this week, for the last couple of days, it's been sports climbing. So I've been watching that.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, the different activities for sport climbing. Before that, we were watching the hammer throw and the shot put. Thank you. And then before that, it was rugby.
Did you know that?
Who won rugby?
Did you know? I saw on. Well, I guess we'll see it on news that you can use. But one of the U.S. rugby players is a big Lego fan.
Oh.
You saw that?
I saw that.
What kind of a big Lego fan?
Like she was. Go ahead.
She did her post medal interview, and basically they said, "What's the 3 things to know about you?" And she went straight to Lego. And
actually, she went straight to Legos.
And she was basically telling Lego that if they want her to represent building sales reviews or anything, to please contact her.
Yeah. That's funny. Oh, I see.
Here, I'll do
a quick share.
A quick news that you can use, but.
And what does she compete in?
Rugby.
So this is her here.
Yeah, very cute.
And then
you all need to get ready when you get home because you are stars now back in the States.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. I think I said this to my teammates, like a running joke for me is I absolutely love Legos. Like all I do when I don't do rugby is build Lego sets. So I'm just if we get a medal, I just want Lego to just like give me a shout out. So if I'm famous now, I love you. I will do anything. And say you want
like Master
Lego, please.
Go call her.
Yeah. wants. I'll build 100
That's funny.
100.
of them if Lego wants me to. Lego, I love you.
Hey, why not? How else can you plug yourself?
Yeah.
That's fun. Hey, Armand.
Hey, Armand. So I was looking at the medal table now, and U.S. is 33 golds. So I think that's the most golds. They're tied with China for the most golds.
Wow.
And most total medals, 111.
Most, yes, they have
Yep.
they have surpassed China right now.
And
Amazing.
for Canada, we
That's so
have
good.
tied last Olympics total of 24.
Oh, and we still think we're gonna get some more.
So last Olympics we had 24 medals, which was our second highest
Oh.
total ever.
Okay.
And so we've tied the 24. The most ever that Canada's ever gotten was
Mhm.
in the 1984 Olympics,
Okay.
which was 44 medals.
Whoa, there's no way we're catching.
But that
44
was
right now.
that was the Olympics that I guess some of the communist countries boycotted.
Oh.
So I think the 1980 Olympics was in Moscow, and the U.S. boycotted. I think maybe Canada boycotted that too.
Oh.
And then in 1984, it was in Los Angeles.
Oh.
And so Moscow boycotted that, and some other countries boycotted
Oh,
that.
So we placed
And
well.
so we were able to get 44
we need more of those
medals.
countries to boycott,
But
Summer Olympics.
we're not quite at U.S. levels at 111,
No,
but 24.
that's impressive.
Every single medal is on the news, whether it be
Yeah.
a bronze or
Maybe
a silver.
it's like a proportion to like population, right? Like the US population is technically 10 times more than Canada. If anything, we're at 20% medal standing to the numbers that we're getting. So it's, if you think like 10% ratios.
And then
sure, Maria, sure. Stop your math.
and then the Philippines
Yeah.
actually got some medals. I don't know if you heard about this, Jeremy.
Gymnastics.
Gymnastics.
So this guy here got 2 gold medals in gymnastics.
Yes.
He got it in the floor routine, and I think in pole vault.
Oh,
not pole
no.
vault, in vault.
Vault, yeah.
And so, what were you saying? He got like a lot of money.
A lot of endorsements back in the Philippines from different companies. Even the Philippine government gave him 10 million pesos, which is equivalent to either $30,000 or $300,000.
But he's the
Something
second Filipino to ever get a gold. I think this girl here was the first last Olympics in weightlifting. And so she was the first ever to get a gold medal for the Philippines. And so he's the second, and he got 2.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
that was impressive.
Yes.
I was
That
surprised.
means
I was
next
like,
one will have 3.
oh yeah, Summer McIntosh.
Yes. Our swimmer.
Did you hear about Summer McIntosh?
Canadian swimmer,
Mhm.
very
Never-
young girl.
So last Olympics, she was 14, and she was Canada's youngest swimmer.
Mhm.
And she placed 4th. And I remember they were saying she was all upset, like, oh, I placed 4th. And we're like, you should be impressed. It's
Yes.
You're 14 years old and you
Yes.
came 4th.
Yes.
So this Olympics, I guess
Comes back with a
she's
vengeance.
17 now,
Mhm.
and leading up, she was breaking some records. And so there were high hopes, and she actually did pretty well. She got her first race, she got a silver, and then she got 3 golds after that. 1 gold in the 400-meter individual medley, the one where you do all
Yes.
4 strokes.
Yes. I like that one.
And then she got a gold in the butterfly, and then she got a gold in the 200-meter individual medley.
Very
So-
nice.
And that's another record for Canada. We've never gotten 3 golds
From one
for
athlete.
swimming
Oh.
in one Olympics.
Right.
So
Take that.
records. That's nothing for USA.
Yeah, I know.
Ledecky was probably like, and Michael Phelps were like, oh, that's
7.
that's-
all the featured. We got it all. But yeah, when is the closing ceremony?
I think it's Sunday, right?
Already.
I think it's Sunday.
Yes.
Yes.
I find myself watching the opening here and there randomly, and I find all these other parts that I've missed.
Also,
Like-
did you see the
Mhm.
dancing on the bridge?
Yes, well, that I know that one, and then there was some bicyclers that are multicolored, just different parts that I'm like, oh, I didn't notice that the first time. There's so many things to see, and so many parts of Paris in tandem with each other, so it's not all in
Yes.
one camera shot, right? That you're wondering, did this really happen at the same time? Could it possibly have happened? It just seems so much work, but yeah, amazing. I'll probably watch it again and find something else new, right?
Did you watch USA basketball versus Serbia, the semifinal match?
I think we had one of the USA games on the multi-view because there is one option on Peacock where we can watch 4 things at one time. So
Oh, okay.
so it might have been on the multi-view at one time, but did I sit down to watch that in particular? No.
You should watch the fourth quarter. So I was watching it, and Serbia was killing the US. I was like surprised because I guess during the round robin, USA just beat Serbia like no problem. And so it looked like an upset happening. Going into the fourth quarter, they were losing by 11 points. And Serbia was just hitting 3-pointer after 3-pointer. USA just kept missing. And then LeBron James was just like, okay, enough of that. Let me just get the ball and keep scoring. And they came back, and USA just didn't demolish, but I think they won by maybe like 5 points or something. But they were able to finally tie the game because they were losing throughout the whole game. Yes. Steph Curry finally started hitting shots. Kevin Durant started hitting shots. And so it was a good comeback. And I thought, because they haven't really lost since, I guess it was like 2004 was the first time they didn't get their goal.
It's been a while.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. And so they've been, and this was the year that LeBron and Steph Curry were like, okay, we're going to come back to the Olympics for our last Olympics. Yes. And it'll be like a for sure gold medal. Yes. And
what's the next couple of days going to be like? Like what kind of other events?
The gold medal for the men's basketball is tomorrow. It's going to be France versus the US.
When's the marathon? Like the full marathon? Is that coming up?
It's usually the last day.
Yes. I like watching the marathon.
I think the women is the second last day.
Okay.
Is that right?
Women's marathon's the last thing.
What's that?
Women's marathon is the very last thing.
Andrea said that the women's is last day.
Okay.
So the men is the second last day. And it's usually early morning. It's like the first thing that they do.
Yeah. So that's how they close it up. Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Synchronized swimming. I didn't see any of the men's. There men's?
There should be men's.
I saw the women. Some of them are really amazing.
Did you send me the clip that you were talking about?
I sent it on Messenger, I guess. But you're not.
Why? What was special about the clip?
So it was just the I think the team from Spain. It was to the song of West Side Story, and just their execution was just so cool. Like it's just so choreographed outside of the pool, but even inside the pool, like the water's so clear. How they have the camera, and you can really see like the performance. Like it's like they're on stage, right? And it's just I don't know. Like you could totally just see them and.
I guess the technology now for underwater cameras is better than it was.
Yeah, like I feel like I never saw sort of like their movements underwater when I was little, and they pop her out and everything. It's like cheer. Oops, I have a messenger. Right, but so choreographed together. You can see it. It's very entertaining.
Who won the gold?
Oh, that I don't know. I feel like I watched this twice now before watching it the third time now. I should watch more. But yes, no, it was very cool.
Did you hear about the Canadian soccer scandal with the
women's
drones? Yeah. So the women's soccer team got docked
7 points.
6 points.
Oh, I thought it was 7. Okay.
Right off the bat, they were -6.
Okay.
Because they were caught cheating with a spy cam for like one of the, and they were watching practices of other countries.
Yeah.
And so they were docked 6 points.
Also, before the Olympics, they've now found out.
Yes.
Oh, really?
And the men too, I think, were showing some stuff too. So I don't know what's gonna happen. But so they were docked 6 points, and then they won 3 games. So they were up 3.
Okay.
And so they made it to the quarterfinals, and then they lost in penalty kicks. So they weren't able to. I don't even know if their gold medal from last year or last Olympics is gonna still hold up. It might be reversed
Really?
because that's happened a lot of times.
But it's a different team. Would it be a different like team, different?
It might be this.
Group?
I think it's the same coach though.
Oh,
So
gosh.
it might be reversed. We don't know. If it's reversed, then maybe this year will be their 24 medals will be higher than last year.
Right? Right.
So
But yeah, no, it's I don't know. Olympics are always so fun. I feel like in grade 5, the Olympics ran through September. That I remember going to school, and it was in
that's
Japan.
the Seoul Olympics.
Yeah, Seoul Olympics. Sorry, in Korea. And I remember like they had me to do projects on it because it was actually through school. Versus nowadays, by the time the kids get back to school, I feel like Hayden's teacher's gonna ask, "Did you watch the Olympics?" And he's gonna say no.
No, he could say he watched breakdancing.
Oh, did he though? No.
He saw a little.
No, I feel like our kids are in and out of the room and they're not really engaged.
I was showing Tristan different clips of different things.
Yeah, but
whenever
his
he
grade
comes
5
down.
teacher isn't going to ask him if he watched the
No.
Olympics.
No. Oh yeah, he's going to grade 5, just like we were.
Yeah, it's going to grade 5. What does that say
For
about
the
this child?
1988
I
Olympics.
think he will be the smart test. Anyways, no competition. It remains to be seen.
What else in the Olympics happened? We already hit all my.
I don't know, but I feel like every time, like, you know, they play like a country's theme, no matter what anthem, like just the emotions that all these athletes feel, I get so teary-eyed. Maybe just my age now, but I'm just like, I'm so proud of you. I don't know who you are. I don't really know your sport. So good that you did this.
The part
Like,
that
it's
bothers
amazing.
me, there's a part that bothers me. All of these athletes, no matter which discipline they're doing, are there. They are representing their countries, and they're supposedly the best of the best. So if you go into the competition and for some reason, no matter what it is, if you lose, but you still medal, you should still have a smile on your face and happy that you won a medal. And I saw a few that were just so mad and everything because they didn't win the gold. And I'm like,
wow.
you still won a medal. You should be happy.
Yes.
Even
Absolutely.
getting like 4th place.
Yes.
You didn't get a medal, but you came 4th.
Oh my gosh,
in the world.
Even like being part of this event, like, you know that you're the top, like, niche echelon of sportsmanship, right? Yeah, we are just mere mortals having pizza, watching breaking, going, go, I like you. You know, we're shrugging the shoulders. That's exactly the extent of my breaking today.
Watching the breaking was like just watching like So You Think You Can Dance or something.
So yeah, but yeah, we also watched the skateboard. What were other like new sports this year? Besides those two?
I don't know.
I'll say sport climbing, this was the first year that they actually had it divided up. They had it in Tokyo.
What's the sport climbing?
Yeah.
Bouldering.
They have speed climbing and they have
rock
bouldering and lead.
Speed climbing. Oh.
Yeah, climbing up the wall, a 15-meter wall at a 5-degree incline.
Tilt.
Yep, in less than 5 seconds.
Oh.
How do you train for this? Like, what makes you go, when I grow up, I'm going to be a wall climber, a speed wall climber?
It's probably like a hobby that they have, and then now it's an Olympic sport. Let me.
Most of them, they said, were college kids, mechanical engineers who who started as a hobby and just got good at it.
So Tristan's starting to do a lot of bouldering. He's ripped off skin.
He's ripping up his hands now.
He's callous now. You know, he's contorting.
But
his
he keeps
body.
showing us videos. He's Dad, look at me here.
Like, okay, and then you know, he gets to the top of the top of the whole thing. Good, you know, he masters an angle of the wall, and then I'm like, how do you get down? And he just jumps down.
Jumps down.
Like, just jumps down. Okay.
Yes,
like,
they have a bouldering and lead section, so athletes will do the bouldering and lead, and then they have the speed climbs.
Oh,
Bouldering and what? Lead?
Lead. So it's a multifaceted wall, and they change up the grips and everything going up the entire way. And I can't remember how tall it was, but so you got the bouldering section where they had One was technical, so it's basically just a flat wall, and you had to go across a flat wall. One was testing your power, so it's basically all upper body strength. One was how flexible you were, and one was I forgot what the discipline was, but it had a steep angle you start on, and then you had to figure out how to get around the angle.
Around. Wow. And then you have a time frame to finish it by, right? Like you can't
6 minutes.
6 minutes.
Wow.
That
What-
seems generous.
These are like real, like you have to be really athletic to do something
I
like
think
that. And so
so.
I guess that's why now it's an Olympic sport.
I think
I remember
so.
you kept sending me clips, not during the Olympics, but beforehand, of like different other sports that, like, oh, this is a sport. One was like it looked like ping pong, but they were using their feet to hit a ball
Yeah.
What?
back and forth.
Is it ping or is it volleyball? Like it's volleyball. It's like a big ball, but you cannot use your hands. But they have a ping pong table to bounce off the ball, and then so it's, instead of volleyball, you're using like your feet the whole time. And it's like, what is this? But they're like in an arena. Like it's
Yeah.
big enough that they're being watched by a ton of audience. That it's like, should it be in the Olympics? Yeah. So it's almost like if you're born without hands, and so you're going like this, like you're really
They were doing like
adept
bicycle kicks,
with
and it
your
was
feet.
like
Yeah, and they're
slamming
slamming
it.
it, and then they're picking it up again. Like it's crazy. There's so much of this world that we don't know. Like this is what it is, right? Like the kind of I don't know
But
regular.
can you imagine,
sports
like, even 100 years ago, sports that we think of, or even 200 years ago, I don't know, sports that we think are this common, people wouldn't have even, like, even
well,
basketball, like,
Mhm.
before it started with
We
peach baskets.
have the same brain sometimes. This is-
We started with like
Right?
peach baskets, and so
Right.
now, but we just think it's regular, or even like
Yes.
maybe like soccer.
Yes.
So like 100 years from now,
Yeah.
you don't even know what kind of sports that are going to be common on television.
Well, I sent him
or-
this short clip about the evolution of sprinting, the 100-meter, right? And so you think with all the technology that we have now, from the surface of the track to shoes to even like performance, because
to even how they train.
yes, an athlete eats better, sleeps better, trains better, weightlifting and stuff like that. But we've only managed to shave 0.8 seconds from the best of 100 years ago to the best of today. So, I mean, yes, it's like so hard to whittle minute microsecond, right,
Yeah.
off your time. But you're thinking like just trying to better from 100 years ago. Are you really that better? No. To us mere mortals, we're like, okay, I'm gonna get there.
Well, for the longest time, like even 1988 was when Ben Johnson, who was the steroid guy, he whittled the record down to I think 9.79,
Under 10.
and
Yeah.
the record before there was like 9.84, and that was like Carl Lewis. And so those little tenths of a second. Now and then when Bolt came around, I think that now the
Mhm.
record is 9.58.
Yeah, it just
And
really
so it
slivers.
jumped from like 9.84 to 9.79, I think, to 9.6 something. Bolt hit that, and then he went to 9.58, and now in the 100 meters they're going in the 9.7s. They're not even going to the 9.6s. I don't know who's gonna beat Bolt's 9.58, but those micro.
Increments, yes, tiny.
No one's ever gonna go 8 seconds. Like that's
Never
crazy.
say never. We're gonna make. We're gonna find like some sort of protein drink or something.
So like going. 'Cause you
Bionics.
said, I guess in that clip you showed me 100 years ago,
yes,
the record was like 10.4
yes,
or
yes,
something.
Yes.
So they haven't even gone from 10.4 to 9.4. Like that whole 1 second
and
is
all this time to like
is
keep
impossible.
training, right? Like when we were
Mhm.
like watching the footage clips from the 100 years ago, like they're making all these like weird stretches. Well, I guess not weird, but like from what we know now of muscle or like muscular dynamics, right? To micro stretch everything, it looks a little bit aged. So
Yeah.
but yeah. It's so good to like watch Olympics with ice cream though, eh? Like ice cream should be an Olympic sport, I think.
Ice cream in one hand, pizza in the other.
Yep, that's right.
For the Olympics, I'm on my phone. I have this app. It's called Paris 2024.
What? You have that?
And so I always click it and then go to schedule and always see what's coming up, so I don't miss it.
Yeah.
And then you can also favorite your different sports that you want to just see the schedule
Did
of
we
that.
finish volleyball? What happened in volleyball? We were up there, women's.
We got silver in beach volleyball.
Okay.
Um,
Is that part of our 24 medals now, or
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so so the women's volleyball is 2-on-2, and for the Canadians, I think we lost our first 2 games.
Oh.
And so these guys aren't. And then we won our third game. So we were going into, I guess it's called the lucky draw or something. Like they had like after everyone who was low had like one more game to just go into the playoffs.
Okay.
And so we were able to win that. And so they went into the playoffs lowest seed.
Oh.
And I guess
Somehow
they kept
made it,
winning,
yeah.
and they made the gold match, and then they lost to Brazil in the gold.
I mean, Brazil in volleyball, that
But it
should
was
be gold.
it was 2-1. It was tied 1-1, and then they lost the last match like
Right.
15-12 or something.
Yeah.
So it could have been one of those Cinderella stories, but
Like the men's 4x100 meter.
yeah, it's always a
Cinderella
surprise.
story.
Like sometimes it's a
You
big
like those
disappointment.
big for somebody.
Like they always have like the favored person
Yeah.
that messes up.
Yeah.
And then they have someone who weren't expecting anything.
Yeah.
And they rise to the top. So another favorite for Canada that messed up was the decathlete, Justin Warner. He was the defending gold medalist from last year. He set the record with like over 9,000 points in the decathlon last Olympics. And
Did he place it all?
he messed up. I think it was in high jump or something, where he didn't even record a score. And so he went from like he was second, and he went to like 17th.
Oh wow!
And so he just withdrew with two events left. He just took himself out because he was in.
There's no way you could catch up anymore from that point.
Because not recording a score.
Yeah.
Because I guess he missed all 3 of his jumps. He didn't even record a score.
Right.
And so he was out of it already.
Wow.
And so it was a big disappointment. And so it came down to this really tall German who was like 6'7" and a Norwegian. And so they did the 1,500 meter race, which was the last decathlete event. And the Norwegian just got gold just because he won by a certain amount of seconds more than the German. So it was exciting.
I like the decathlon. I missed that.
All these, whenever the Olympics is around, like I'm watching these sports, but like if it's not the Olympics and if it's on TV, I don't really.
You're such an Olympic snob.
I don't really pay attention because it's like, it doesn't really count.
But it counts. It's part of their. But I know what you mean.
Like if even if it's a world championship compared to the Olympic gold.
But the Olympics.
It seems more prestigious.
Where did they get all this gold for the Olympics?
From the.
There must be a source.
There's
just for the Olympics, like for example.
But it's just the cover.
I know,
medal,
like
right?
for example, the Medal of Bravery that the UK gives out, like London or England gives out. It's actually from the cannonballs, still from the Battle of Bastille.
Oh.
So they have all these cannons that they,
You're talking about for French, for the Paris Olympics.
Yeah, so like, but I'm wondering like where in general like Olympic gold is from, because certain golds or certain medals of valor or medals of distinction, they come from that country, but from specific interesting sources, right? So, who provides the gold? Like who
they
provides
might come
the
out
gold?
and say that because have you saw what has happened now with the medals?
No, what happened?
The Olympians when they've gone home. Oh yeah, that person right there is blowing up my phone right now, sending text.
Oh. Where is the sports talk? I don't know. We don't have a. Oh, there. Okay, fine.
But what they've now had was the Olympians after they've left Paris and gone home after like a week. They've been wearing it for their interviews and stuff like that, and they started showing that they're tarnishing and rusting. So
they're not
gonna have,
real.
I know that the first one who made a statement was the U.S. skateboarder who got a bronze, and he took pictures and put it up on like Instagram and social media showing it. And then other athletes have also started showing their medals where they're not aging very well after a week. Yeah.
I mean, it's only been a week. It should still be as shiny can be.
Yep. So I think that the IOC made a comment about it today that they're going to replace the medals for
with
the
real
ones
gold
that are having issues.
right? But if you think like the Olympic, it's an organization, and of course they have these different countries every 4 years. Whose gold is it really? I'm gonna have to Google this. Where is Olympic gold? You know,
I just like the fact
sometimes
that it's got a piece of the Eiffel Tower in it. I mean, that's what I thought was neat
yes,
about these
Yeah.
yes.
medals.
That's cool.
You do wonder about the integrity of the Eiffel Tower, though, moving forward. Who would go up? Is the gold an Olympic real gold? The medals are primarily silver and the gold is gilded on top. Did you hear that?
No.
So they are silver and gold gilded. The 2024 Paris Olympic Organizing Committee says the gold and silver medals for the games are made from solid silver and 6 grams of gold are used in the first place. The third place medals are made from copper alloy. But where is the gold from? Google is not giving me the answer to my question that I want. And it's approximately $950.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
If you sold.
it.
What
so,
about a
so
bronze?
the Olympic gold weighs 529 grams, and so roughly they will like put that in as per bar of gold.
Were you
Okay.
following Noah Lyles?
Mhm. I mean, he's kind of been all over the place. So yeah, it's kind of hard.
How big
not
is
miss it.
Noah Lyles in terms of celebrity in the U.S. compared to like I guess what other like a Carl Lewis or like a Rudy J?
He is very. I'm trying to think of words and not.
Is he like a Michael Phelps popularity?
I think his ego. Well, I don't know if it's ego. He is very vocal how good he thinks he is. We'll say it like that. And I know that there was a lot of coverage of him leading up to the Olympics.
Right.
He is a very talented athlete. He did well in what he did. It's just
He got COVID.
Well, he got COVID, but also he's he thinks a lot of himself.
So Noah Lyles won. He won the 100, right?
100, yes,
He won the 100 meters.
by the pitcher at the line. I mean, it was the slightest of margins.
Just by that, yeah, by a hair, or
Oh.
not even. And then in the 200 meters, he was favored to win that, but I guess he came in third.
Yes, he got bronze.
He came in third, and then after that race, I saw him just collapse on the ground, and medical was coming towards him. And so I don't know if he ran that race already having COVID. Like did he get it the night before when he was celebrating?
Andrea watched a video on this just before the stream, so I'm gonna have her tell me. Did he know before going into the race he had COVID?
3 days before.
He knew 3 days before the race he had COVID.
Because they
Did he have COVID during the 100
hadn't
meter?
even taken Paxlovid for it.
So he would have. That'd be about the right time. So he
you
might have
think he
had it
got-
during the 100.
Or did he get it after the 100 when he went celebrating that night in Paris?
Everybody
It could be
has-
because I know that the video she watched about it, basically Paris had limited protocols for COVID.
Mm.
It was basically the country's teams were to basically they test if you show symptoms, things like that, but there was nothing to
Prevention.
govern. You
Right.
got to wear a mask. You need to
Right.
stay
No social
distance.
distancing. Right.
Yeah, it was each country had their own take on it.
I'm hoping COVID another thing doesn't happen with all these athletes coming back from Paris
Yeah.
to their countries, and then
I mean, they can't be helped. They're not gonna like sequester them in their airlines and
yeah,
here you
Yeah.
go. And the things that mutate. It'll be an interesting fall.
we'll see.
That's what I can say. Because we're getting our numbers are kind of climbing at the hospital. So
Hmm.
And they're not going to Paris; they're just here.
they are not going to Paris.
No,
So yeah,
we. Do you want to go into our
like Lego talk.
first segment?
What was our
Lego?
first segment? Who are you?
No, which is share your stories, share your stories, share your stories. Weekly recap. Honestly, so Maria weekend.
Yes, that's why I was closer to your time zone for a little bit there. I flew out last Friday
Edmonton
in
is
Alberta, so it's
2
just
hours.
north of Montana.
Yeah,
Province
it's not
Montana,
Pacific. I guess it's mid. Mid
2 hours.
mountain time.
Whatever 2 hours after.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I went there for a family friend's wedding, which was Saturday evening. So I flew out Friday, got there midnight, and then which is nice. It was like a homecoming of sorts or reunion, right? Homecoming isn't necessarily like the place where I grew up, like the people I grew up with.
And you brought them Lego.
I did. So a good close friends of mine there. So it's almost like we're cousins but not cousins, right? Like we just grew up in our parents were close to each other. It's almost like a relation of some sort where you feel so warm and nostalgic, but one of them has quit. And so they're now 6 years old and they're really, really cute. I can help you do this. Yes! Look at that. I am a whatever I am.
There you go.
Mine's not looking like a heart.
And so yeah, I brought Lego for them, for 4 kids because she has an older daughter.
What did you get them?
I got them the Spider-Man mini set. Like it's about $15 with gosh, I don't know.
Like a 4+.
Like a 4+. So a couple of 4+s for the 2 little boys, and then for the 2 little girls, I got them friend set. And
it's a heart. I was trying to do a heart.
That's a heart. What do you? See, you can see my heart. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one too.
We'll go old school.
Anyways, but yes, it's so funny. So I got the friend set with the croissant. You know how there's a cafe, like a little croissant.
Oh yeah, the croissant minifigure.
Yeah, so I give it to the little girl. She's 6 years old. What I didn't know is she hates bread, like any bread.
Really?
And I've never heard of this before. Like some kids hate broccoli. She hates bread, anything, croissants,
She's keto.
especially. Yeah, without meaning to. She has, she just hates it. And I don't know if she hates the smell or the look or whatever. So she gets this set and she's just polite. She's building it. But she tells her dad, take away the croissants. And I'm like, I like the croissant figure. But it's so odd for like a 6-year-old to like not like bread.
Even just like a toy of the bread.
Yeah, and even a toy of the bread. And so like, and then her older sister, who's like 2.5 years older, she's like rolling her eyes and going, "You're so dramatic."
Oh, so the 6-year-old is one of the twins.
Yes, the 6-year-old is one of the triplets, and she just is a very strong stand against bread, all types of bread, And it was just an interesting weekend where these are again the aunties and uncles.
You were telling me it's like the mafia.
A little bit, like if you have like a whole swarm of aunties and they kind of like are the ones that make the show happen.
So did they have, they had the Dawn?
They had the Dawn or the Donna, I don't know. But it was, like I said, like a family wedding and everybody, kind of like knows everybody's business. And my family were the only ones who, this is it. I grew up in Brunei, which is in the island of Borneo, in Asia. Not quite the Philippines. And so
Maria's special guest?
Maybe.
Who are you? Oh, hold on.
Oh,
okay,
so,
what were you saying?
Once upon a time, before I came to Canada, I actually grew up in Brunei. I went to school there and everything, and I was there from the ages of like 4 to 10. So most of my formative childhood years were there. So these are all the aunties and uncles I had there, of no relation, but they're all like my parents' friends who they met there. And because Brunei in the 80s was quite a desolate place. Like it had basically from end to end, it was an hour's worth of drive. You had the major city or the city where the Sultan lives, and it was a Sultanate country. And at one point in that time, he was the richest man in the world because all around Brunei was oil fields. Oil under the water, right? So my dad was an engineer for Shell, and we were there for the 6 years. And most of the friends that we made too were same expats from the Philippines who were also raising their children there.
Expats?
Yeah, like you kind of like live there.
What does that stand for?
Like expat, like you have a different citizenship.
Pat for patriot?
I guess so. Like when Ati Babis went to London, she's a Canadian expat. Like so she worked in a different country, but you have a citizenship elsewhere.
X as EX.
EXPAT is the word.
Expat.
What else is the definition for that? Anyways,
I've never heard
but as I got older, my parents were like, thinking of like opportunities where I could, I guess, have a better education. It was either to go back to the Philippines, or at that point, the Canadian government had opened up for immigration.
Oh, expat means expatriate. An individual living or working in a country other than their country of citizenship.
That's what you
Okay,
said.
that's what I said.
I
Okay.
didn't know it's count.
See, sometimes he married the smart girl. No. But so we were there for some time, but instead of us all going to Alberta, which many of them did because again of the opportunities with oil and gas, my dad and mom had a ton of relatives here in Ontario and also around the US states, right? New York, New Jersey, Chicago, where we thought that living in Toronto was probably a lot more easy to meet up with these other families and friends. But that said, we're like maybe the only family who came from Brunei who kind of settled ourselves in Ontario. And so whenever we go visit Alberta, which isn't a lot, or they come here, it's like seeing long lost family, right? But it's like
Mhm.
it's nice that whole feeling of like I said, homecoming. And to me, all of their faces, yes, we're all older. I'm like not a kid anymore in pigtails, but there's still like that nostalgia where, and some of the uncles are like, who is that? I'm like, it's me. Like I'm so and so's daughter, right? And I guess in their mind's eye or memory, I'm very much like this chubby little kid with, like I said, pigtails or like braids or like
But
eating all the time.
how old are they? In their 70s?
They're in their 70s and
Okay.
like a couple in their 80s and stuff like that. And so I've also grown up with some of their kids, or like if anything, babysat some of their kids. So the gentleman, the man who got married this weekend, I was there like when he was born. I was so excited for him to be born because I never had any siblings. And so these are like again my mom's friends who were having babies around the time when I wish fervently to have a baby brother and sister, but all these sort of like younger than me were all the babies being born when I was like 6 or 7 years old. And so I always kind of like I was somehow allowed to play with them, which was like really nice. So they always looked up to me like an older cousin and older sister, right? And so it was just nice to see. And I mean, Alberta, it's small.
They took you to the Edmonton Mall.
They took me to the West Edmonton Mall, which at one point was the largest mall in the world, if not in Canada too.
And they have a Lego store.
And they have a humongous Lego store, but I mean, I feel like the square footage of that mall is just big because they have like such like other fun
They
features.
have roller coasters, right?
Like roller coasters, a carnival, like a seal show, an ice rink.
Have you heard of the Edmonton Mall?
The West Edmonton Mall?
I think I've heard of it in comparison to Mall of America. Yeah.
Mall of America. But I think Mall of America is
Minneapolis,
bigger.
right?
But when you actually look at the square footage for stores, it's not any bigger than what we would have here if you didn't have those special features, right? So, I mean, I would have loved to see, like, I don't know, there was an Edmonton museum, but I feel like all these
They would have big dinosaurs in the
They
Edmonton
would,
Museum,
because the
right?
Albertosaurus is from Alberta.
There's an Albertosaurus?
Yes, there's an Albertosaurus.
I just thought dinosaurs were in Alberta. Like
No,
they found a lot of fossils.
but there's also like a dinosaur named after Alberta because it was found there. Yeah. And also like a bunch of T-Rexes. So, around that Montana region of Nevada, that whole strip, lots of dinosaurs just dead. And all throughout north to south. So, yeah. Wow, what's he building?
That's the Brontosaurus.
That's the Brontosaurus.
Or
dinosaur.
Brachiosaurus.
But a lot of I feel like their sport is like gathering every weekend and having like potlucks and just hanging out with each other. And so for me,
Why do you think? Because you're telling me that, and
Yeah.
why do you think that's all they do every weekend?
I
is
think
just
that's all they do every weekend.
hang out and eat.
I think that's all they do every week.
From like the conversations you were having with them.
I think so. I feel like they see each other enough. I don't know, like I feel like none of them really want to go to the city, for example. And it's interesting because like Toronto is so broad. Like we're outside of Toronto, so we're not even in the GTA. But like even our suburb is like the largest in Canada, our suburb, Mississauga. And with Edmonton, all of their addresses are Edmonton, and so they're like in the periphery of Edmonton. And so every single highway you'll always see the big buildings where the main city is at, but their address, all of them would be Edmonton, Alberta. Like it's not like a suburb Alberta. It's already and yet they're very like suburban, all of the neighborhoods that they live in. And so like every morning, like the air is so gorgeous that end.
You
Oh
kept
my
on
God,
saying, "Oh, it
it's
feels like
so muggy
you
here.
wanna run."
It's so just muggy here in the morning if you don't get out early enough. And there, it's like I get up, same time here, 8 o'clock perhaps, and I'm like, oh, it's already 18 degrees Celsius. I should go out for a run, and it's just so fresh, like air. Like oh my gosh, like I felt like I could run forever, but I'm not really that fit anymore. So like, after my 5K, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna crawl back home. But they have all these trails that they're just like even my auntie there that they know it, but they don't use it, I guess, enough. Like I'm like, oh, look at this! I found this gorgeous bridge or this gorgeous waterfall, and some places are a bit desolate that I'm like, I should just run back home now because if no one's gonna ever find me. So yeah, it's amazing. Like it's yeah. Anyways,
But you
it
were
was
saying that going in, you're like, oh, we're not going to be at a hotel. We're going to be at someone's house.
so this is it. Like I feel like whenever we travel somewhere, like I like my space, right? Like I like my privacy. We usually rent a car just so that you have your mobility. But my aunts and uncles, they really just want to like hang out with me and my mom. And my mom was the one who came with me, and I get it, like just that bonding time, and it is precious. But I feel like I'm very much a kid. Like I'm back to like that reverted role of okay, it's like I want to go somewhere, but I can't. So I will just hang out and just enjoy this moment as much as I can, right? Because I don't know when I'll see them again. But their daughter, the one with the triplets, she's like, she took me out for an afternoon, but the following day she's like, let me know. Our safe word is this.
If you want
So
to
tell me,
save you.
tell me if you want. Which I get it, right? But like on our final full day, because our flight wasn't again until midnight. I basically went from like one like five different aunties' house, like five. And so we went to like one auntie's house, and then we went for dim sum, and then and dim
Mm.
another auntie, and there was like a group of 15. Another auntie said that morning she woke up and she dreamt that she had to make this dessert, so it's waiting for us in her house. So we have to go to her house. So we went to her house right after dim sum, had to have this dessert. And then another auntie's like, well, since you went to her house, you have to go to my house. And I'm like, we haven't packed yet. I mean, like, I know I have time, but it's like, it's like, what other things? So we ended up like, yeah, I think anti house hopping,
Anti-house.
which
yeah,
it's very like Filipino, I guess. Like I feel like when I go to the Philippines, it's very similar to that trajectory where it's like I want to be a tourist and I want to like see the things that you have here, but okay, I will check out all the aunties' house mafia. Otherwise, you don't know if you're gonna fall out of their favor. I hope they don't want this. But yeah, no, it was good. Just no expectations, just to kind of like hang out.
How was your past 2 weeks, Jeremy?
Past 2 weeks, it's been good. We've been going through all of our Lego for putting in the Bricklink store, so we've
Oh,
actually
yes.
gotten to the point where we're down to just the onesies until placed an order yesterday or day before. So we have
Yes.
more Lego coming through the mail to us from the Lego.com. Lots of Olympics. Yeah, we actually booked a Vegas trip, so
Ooh, when's
we're going to Vegas Labor Day week.
Ooh,
To Andrew's mom and Ann are going to fly out to Vegas and meet us there, so we're going to see her
Okay.
for a couple days.
Nice.
And went to go get groceries today and end up turning into a little bit of a Lego hunt.
Lego groceries. That should be
So-
like a thing.
Well, that happens a
Leg-
lot for me.
The groceries. Lego groceries.
Is Vegas gonna be a driving trip or a flying trip?
Drive. We're
How far is
4.5 hours.
Oh, that's so close.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Yeah, I didn't realize like Alberta and Calgary were just 2 hours apart. I don't know why I thought it was so much further.
I thought they would be closer.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
Edmonton and Calgary.
Calgary, yeah. Because we've gone to Calgary. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. The flight was it was the first time we tried this airline back. We used Air Canada on the way there, but we used Flair.
Flair.
And it was like a no frills kind of airline. Sort of like, I guess, JetBlue, but
JetBlue.
like even less. It doesn't even have like a, when you first go in, it's like a first class or a premium. They don't even have that
Mhm.
seating. It's like as soon as you go in, everybody was like uniform, like just uniform. The seats though were pretty generous. Like they're not so tight, but you don't have the TV screen in front of you anymore. It's just like chair. And so
That's like old school. when
yeah,
they used to have a
old
big
school,
screen
and you have
in-
the vomit
in
bag,
back.
and that was all you needed. But but I mean, it was like a midnight flight. Like I pretty much
So it
like
was really cheap then.
it was cheaper. But the thing though is they get you by charging you if you want like an aisle seat or a window seat. Like these are like the extras that they'll plug in, or they won't let us have our carry-on. So we were forced to pay for a carry-on that we're not even checked in.
What if you need to use the bathroom? Do they charge you for that?
Oh, I don't know. I tell my
Probably.
mom, go empty your bladder. Just empty your bladder.
Don't
We're
use the
not getting
bathroom.
up. we're not getting up.
And
But
then it's how many squares of toilet paper you use. They
Yeah.
charge you per the square.
don't even
Window
use any.
up, window down.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So yeah, no, I mean it was both flights. Thankfully, we did not get delayed or canceled because
All right.
there were some flights coming from Calgary around the same time that were absolutely canceled because I had coworkers who were affected coming back to work. They couldn't go to work the next day, and I basically came home at 6 a.m. and I had to go to work for noon, but they couldn't come to work because they got stuck in a hailstorm in
Oh.
Calgary, which was
In the
not
summer?
there 2 hours later. Like,
Wow.
yeah. So weird weather all over. Right. I want to go to Vegas.
Hayden is now level 7 in
Oh
swimming.
yeah, swimming. Talking about Olympic swimming. No. How do I get my kid into Olympic swimming?
So he was stuck at level 5 for so long.
Forever. Like we signed him up several times. 4?
4 or 5 times.
Yeah, I'm like
going through level 5.
I'm like, they're never gonna pass 5. Maybe this is it. We'll throw in the towel.
And then finally, oh, he's in level 6.
Okay, let's sign him up again for 6. And then I honestly thought it'll be a repeat of 6, just because
But
I don't
it was
know.
just one.
A cycle, like
one
a 2-week
cycle
cycle, and then
through.
he's done. So what I like about summer is I've been enrolling him into daily swimming because I feel like he learns the most when you're
Rather
just
than
doing it
once a
every
week?
single day.
It's every day.
Because they don't have this feature when it's fall, winter, spring. I think they have it for like winter break, like Christmas break.
Is it the same price as it would be if it
Yeah,
was once a week?
yeah. So it's just once a week for 9 weeks or 10 weeks versus for the 2 weeks you have it once a day, every day, right? So
Yeah.
we're at the pool. It's just down the road from us. Every day he's
It's
there
like
for
45 minutes.
and so he's like able to go back and forth. Like with each level, they either increase the length of how long they have to lap or the amount of time they have to what's it called? What am I doing?
Tread.
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 Thank you. What am I doing here? You don't even see my legs. So
Well, you weren't moving your
I
legs.
know.
You're
I
crossing
don't
your
know.
legs.
So in any case, yeah, I was surprised to have him get to 7 that I wasn't even going to sign him up next week. I'm like, oh, I'm so tired this whole summer driving you every morning. Hey, to swimming. But like when he got to 7, I'm like, we're gonna look for a class for you at 7 for like level 7. So we're
it's
back
good.
to the pool Monday, 8:30. It's when
It
the
was
pool
funny.
is freshest.
He was telling me, oh, we're learning diving.
Yes.
And so I was like, oh, like this? And so I put it to like at the women's diving. And the Chinese
at the
was
very
like,
top
she was
on their hands.
She was on her hands. And she did this like flip. And he's
A
like,
reverse.
no, not like that. just diving in.
Just
That's
making
next
like,
week.
we're just making
I know.
cannonballs, really.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he seems to enjoy it. And as long as I can get my kids to swim well, because I'm a very poor swimmer. I'm just, I'm a floater, I'm a starfish. That's how I survive. And then shark.
Yeah, I'm not a swimmer either.
Yeah, we're just runners.
I was watching on Netflix. It's called Dirty Pop. Did you watch that?
Dirty Pop, isn't that a Justin?
That's about the boy bands, right?
Yeah, so
Yes.
it's Dirty Pop, the boy band scam.
The boy band scam.
And so I think his name's Lou Pearlman. He was the manager of NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys.
Oh, okay.
And so this documentary is talking about how
He scammed them.
his empire was basically a pyramid scheme.
Oh.
And so he was getting these investors to invest in his company.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how he funded
The boy bands.
NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and then they weren't.
But
Backstreet
what's the
Boys,
premise of his investments, though? If he had to like filter
beforehand, he had like an air balloon company or something like that, and then
very Turkish.
he was able to get money from having something. It crashed. One of the things crashed, and he got money through insurance that way. It was in the documentary, but
Watch it.
It kind of talked. It talked about how Backstreet Boys was the first. They were the first group, and so they were, I guess, touring in Germany, and that's kind of how they got popular before coming to the U.S. But while they were touring in Germany, Lou Pearlman was like thinking, Coke has Pepsi as like their competitor, and so he was thinking, what if he makes
A
his own
competition.
competitor for his own band so they can compete?
Isn't that why we have kids?
So for
Like
Backstreet
multiple?
Boys, under the radar, he was already recruiting and forming NSYNC.
Oh.
And so I guess there was like a Disney special where Backstreet Boys came back from their tour and they're like, "Oh, we're so tired. We don't want to do this Disney special."
And boom,
So Perlman was
NSYNC.
like, "Oh, I'm gonna put NSYNC in it then."
But
And then
he's the one who benefits from both.
that Disney special is what made NSYNC
big,
and they got so popular after that. And like
Mm.
coming now, I don't know who's more popular. I think NSYNC might be more popular than Backstreet Boys. Like,
yeah, I think
with
so.
Justin Timberlake and
I was a little bit resistant to NSYNC when they came. I'm like, who are these newbies trying to overcome?
Well, you were into like New Kids on the Block, like
yeah,
older school.
Andrea was definitely an NSYNC person.
I'm NSYNC. But now, if you look at their songs, I feel like I sing.
Did
along
Andrea
NSYNC in
watch
my
this
head.
documentary, Dirty Pop?
No,
Dirty
we
Pop.
haven't,
Beat down her.
we haven't watched it yet. We saw the trailer for it when we were turning it on one night.
Okay.
Yeah, so we haven't
Oh.
watched it yet. I'm sure we got a laundry list of stuff that we'll eventually watch it sometime. That's probably on there.
What's interesting is, so they got clips of Lou Pearlman speaking,
Mm-hmm.
but it was deep faked. So the words that he was speaking were from his book,
Oh.
and they had recordings of his voice, and so they were able to computer. They had a picture
Yes.
on the screen,
Yes.
and it was moving its mouth, but
Yes.
it wasn't really Lou Pearlman speaking. It was
Yes.
deep faked of a picture of him speaking, but it
Yes.
looked real. Like it, but they said afterwards, like that's how they did it. And so going forward, people can like make people like they were going through the text of his book speaking, but they could have made him say anything really in the future. Like this could be dangerous, something like this. So I thought that was also interesting. It's something else.
I guess I'll be watching it tomorrow.
But I watched I watched a few movies in the past couple of weeks. Today I just finished
When were you watching movies?
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Did you watch that?
Oh.
Kingdom of the Planet
Planet
of
of the Apes scare me, like always.
So this is
always since I was little.
This is the next. I guess it's the sequel after War of the Planet of the Apes, which was like. But this
It's a while ago, no?
Yeah, this is like I think it's gonna be the first of another trilogy. So it's the next chapter. This happens 300 years after War of the. So I think it was.
Future?
Like there was a trilogy with Caesar, right? It was like Rise of the Planet of the Apes. There was a middle one, and then there was War of the Planet of the Apes, and that was when Caesar was first like a baby ape, and then he became like learning how to speak, and then War of the Planet of the Apes was when at the very end, I guess the humans started to devolve and lose their speech as the apes started
to rise.
So 300 years later in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, humans are now just they're like apes now. They're just running around the forest, and the apes are all intelligent, and they're calling like the humans like echoes, like like they don't even know anything. But then there's this like one human that they meet who's actually smart, and so they travel around, and I guess it goes through the movie. It's interesting, but I know like the old Planet of the Apes movies, they get into like time travel. And I'm wondering if like this trilogy is going to start going into time travel, because there's some elements in here which were like, where's this from? And it might have happened, like some time travel might have already happened.
Right.
So it's maybe alluding to that. So it's interesting.
No, Planet of the Apes scared.
Yeah, because the one that you watched back in the day, they look scary. They have like these masks on.
But
mask.
I guess so. But I've watched all the more current
Now it's
ones.
like motion capture.
I know, but like the whole premise scares me. Like the whole I know like the masks in the 70s. When was that movie made? 70s, 60s, maybe 70s.
Was it Charlton Heston?
Yes, Charlton Heston, who was Moses, right? So in any case, that scared me. because I was 10 and it was a scary movie. That my dad's like, "Oh, this is a great movie." I'm like, "Is it great, Dad?" I was just
I have all the
traumatized.
movies if you want to watch
No,
them.
I'm okay. But but the ones that look so much more realistic are also very, very scary, right?
You can see in
The
their
what
eyes. There's a lot of emotion with their
Yes,
eyes.
exactly.
And then I watched the Transformers
Oh, is that good?
Rise of
Isn't it a cartoon?
no the one with the beasts. Not Beast Wars,
Rise of
but
the
it's like
Beast.
Rise of the Beast, Transformers Rise of the Beast.
Mm,
So it's the one with the big ape transformer and then
sea monkeys.
the rhino and the panther.
Mm.
It was okay. It was like a Transformers movie, but Mirage was like a big character this time. Bumblebee again was there, and have you watched that one, Transformers?
I have not watched that one.
Again, it was streamed. I just streamed that one.
Yeah, last one I watched Bumblebee. That's the last one I watched.
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee was good. I liked it.
I think Bumblebee was better than this one.
Bumblebee.
But it goes into like they talk about Cybertron and it goes into some lore. And then the third movie I watched was Kong X
I don't know
Godzilla.
when he has time to watch.
This is the one. This
I
is the one that.
read books.
This is the one that Harold was telling me about.
Oh.
So I don't. Have you watched that one, Kong X?
Mm-mm.
So this one is the sequel to Godzilla versus Kong.
Okay.
And so Godzilla versus Kong, they're fighting against each other. But Kong X Godzilla, they're tag teaming. They're friends now.
Oh.
And so
that's so crazy.
But I didn't realize Godzilla was like so old. Like
millions.
Yeah, millions of years. Whereas Kong is only like
2 seconds.
Hundreds of years old. Or like he's not
mammalian.
But that's why I guess it's like with the dragons, with House of the Dragons, like those some of the like Vagar is like so old. Like I'm not sure if it's millions of years old, but old.
Yeah, when did you watch these?
But
where was I? Was I at work?
No, you were in Edmonton.
You were oh, that's what happens when I'm in Edmonton.
I watch it. But I'm not going out and watching Deadpool. I'm just streaming movies.
Yeah. Kristen watched it. That was about.
Do you want to go into our next segment?
I don't know what that is now.
Sure.
I have no clue.
It's time for show and tell.
It's like the show and tell that I wait for all year long. Not Lego related.
Where is it? Show and tell.
We're going to Brick Slopes in a couple of weeks. Like less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Not next week, but the week after. Wednesday. Wednesday, 3 p.m.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Is our flight?
3 p.m. 3
So,
p.m. Yep.
And then we're traveling back in time.
As if we're getting younger.
But then how long's the flight? 4 hours?
4 hours. And we have a stopover. Do we have stopover? I'll have to look.
Just one stopover.
I feel like I didn't rent a car this time too. We'll just Uber it. But I feel like
that's what I did last time.
But yeah, what if I want to explore?
Then you have to Uber.
I'm very conflicted about this. And I know the longer like I wait on this, like prices just go up. Anyways, okay, we'll figure it out.
So what do you got?
Okay, so as you know, I love pens. And so this is the pen that I wait for all year long from Montblanc, which is the Writer Series. And this year, they featured Jane Austen.
That looks like a book.
So a lot of them are in this format where you have a slipcase. It does look like a book when you're pulling it out. And it opens up and you have the pen.
Oh, it's missing.
Oh, it's missing. Oh my God, I had a heart attack there.
Oh, there it is.
And there is the pen, right? So it is a pen. It's a fountain pen. And
did this just come in?
It just came in, yes. So I find like I don't really write with these collector pens that I have. They really are just, I look at them, they're pretty, I'm happy. And it's very rare. This is only the third female writer that Montblanc has featured in the 30 plus years they've been doing
that's nice.
Writer Series. And this is Jane Austen. The previous females they've had was Virginia Woolf and also Agatha Christie. Agatha Christie was actually the second pen ever, but I feel like they wrote books that were quite like for both genders, right? Like Agatha
Yes.
Christie with the mystery, and so they very rarely steer towards a female writer. And of course, Jane Austen is very much
has this.
a female author. Where even when she was, yeah, and so her signature is on the barrel of the pen. It does say Jane Austen. It's two colors, where it's a sand wash white and a gray blue, a
Can you
dove
see the
blue.
signature?
I know it's hard to see the signature. So all the pens have the signatures of the
It's just little
authors.
bumps here.
And you do see Jane Austen there.
And this
And
is cool.
there's also somewhere here where it's written like by a lady, because when she wrote her books, she couldn't really quite put her name Jane Austen because that would be scandalous. She was from a very good family, I guess. And of course, her and her sisters were educated enough that she was able to write books as young as 12. She didn't have a very long life, but in that short life, she released about 5 novels. And I'm so nerdy that when these authors come out, I try to read their books again before they come out. So this year I had reread Pride and Prejudice and Sense and Sensibility again.
Why, you read the whole book?
I did. No. See, what were you doing? But I did. But I mean, I've read them before too, so I kind of like glossed over. And actually, in the barrel here, or sorry, the
That looks
ring
like
here,
Lord of the Rings.
you
script.
won't see it. Like it's so hard to see, but there's a little embossed number there, which is XLIII, which is a Roman numerals for the chapters where her main character for the book Pride and Prejudice, actually the main interest there is Liz Bennet. She sees her love interest in that very classic scene, chapter 43, which some people read over and over again. I don't know why. Anyhow, but yeah, no, I was very excited.
Why is it a
for,
racy scene?
It's not. I guess it's racy for their time, but not racy. But racy, but not
They
racy.
held hands.
It's like, you know, when you see the well, they can't even. That would be like absolute scandalous. Like you'd be like forced to marry somebody if you held hands. But if you watch the Keira Knightley version, or even who is he? He's like who's the guy from Bridget Jones? He was also Darcy. Colin Firth. Like he was in another like sort of series of Pride and Prejudice that was very, very popular in the 90s. You know, you just want to swoon. So anyways, this was like my my biggest sort of like, I always look forward to these pens that come out around this time of the year. And so I was very happy that Jane Austen was featured. It always comes with a little booklet that goes and like tells about who the author is and how Mont Blanc serves to.
Oh, is that Jane Austen?
Yeah, it's Jane Austen. That's like one of
her real
one
photo,
of the
or
renderings.
is that her
One of the renderings that they
interpretation?
have, like a portrait usually. So her dad was like, I can't remember, but he was enough of the peerage. But again, a long time ago, and a lot of her stories actually share this too. Women, even if you're firstborn, you can't inherit, right? So usually the person to inherit would be your older brother or a brother. But if you have no male siblings, then it goes to the next male relative. So you could be losing your family home if your dad passes away and you didn't have a male brother to inherit the home for you to live in, and you could be forced out of your home, which is crazy, right? So her stories also, of course, signify those kinds of storylines as we saw in Sensibility, where the two sisters, the Dashwoods, were forced out of their home by their a male cousin, right? Because he just didn't want anything to do with it. They had to move to a cottage. Really, those cottages are probably the size of our houses. But it's still for the wealthy, right? But to them, it's like quite a fall in their status. So, anyways, yeah. Jane Austen, what do you do with this, Maria? I kind of file it away with the book. I have a bookcase with all of my pens. Will you look at it again, maybe, when I dust it? Oh, okay. What else did you get? Oh, Nick got this. I don't know. This is very handy. I didn't realize what to call them, but when Nick ordered them, there's only 100 of them in a package.
No, it's
but
not 100. That's
50. But we seem to always have to like, when you try to like transfer keys from one keychain to another, or if Chris is trying to grab one of our cars and he's trying to take one of our fobs, we always have to like bring it out from our keys. So this one has like a hook. What do you call them, Nick? Okay. Anyways, Nick found it at Amazon. Whenever I get like an email saying, "Thank you for your order" from Amazon, I'm like,
So now it's easy to transfer.
Yes. What did you
Jeremy, what do you got?
Well, I don't have the first thing that was show and tell. I actually found some Series 22 CMFs last week. but we've already
Oh,
opened them that are in
Is
the
that-
Bricklink store.
Is that the Dungeons and Dragons?
No, this is old ones.
Series 22.
This,
What series are we on now?
uh,
I don't even know.
How come you don't know?
Or is Dungeons and Dragons not considered a series number? It's just called Dungeons and Dragons.
I think it's just going to be considered Dungeons and Dragons. I know that,
Okay.
like the Lego Batman movie and all those, they weren't given numbers.
Right.
So, got those last week, but today I went grocery shopping.
Whoa,
To
but
get-
what did you buy really, and how yummy is it?
Well, I got breakfast for tomorrow, but while I was there, I hadn't been to our Walmart in maybe a week.
few. Yeah, in a week.
But they actually had put on some clearance stuff.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
your Walmarts have amazing clearances.
And the things that were on clearance were all about 50% off. So I took pictures. I called Andrea and said, okay, do we want any of this stuff? Went through it. And they had some really good deals. But the only thing we actually bought was
The Brontosaurus.
Hey.
we got it 50% off. So I paid $40 for it,
Wow. Unreal, which
Which-
seems like the price it should be.
which the Brachiosaurus on Bricklink is over
Oh,
$40 by
wow.
itself.
Wow.
Wow. Great.
So how many
find.
did you get?
Just the one.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I might take that too.
Did they only have one?
Yeah, they only had one,
Where
unfortunately.
is ours?
It's down there.
Oh, I see it. Sorry, it's not. It's
It's
not
Let's
the
see
one
here.
with the cut neck.
I know it's like a little bit decapitated.
And since Nick didn't see it last week, there is the picture from the Olympics.
Yes. See, so cute. They're watching the Olympics on their TV. They have their
But I actually got
popcorn.
Hold on, I got a better one. Because the TV is not on that.
Oh,
There's the correct one.
that's cool.
With them actually, camera.
watching. an
Yeah,
event.
watching the Olympics.
I love how you guys do like the flowers. I don't know why. It's so pretty. Like you did that too, like going up the cafe.
Yep.
Sort of like that.
Is that a real painting that you guys have in your TV area?
No, that's their TV. They're watching TV, like the sports on TV.
No, I mean in the background.
Oh, like the
The picture. The
abstract picture that's on your wall.
yeah.
Perpendicular to the TV.
Did you redo an actual picture that's in your
No, that was just a mosaic design I did on
Mm.
a
Oh,
plate.
okay.
So it's just round tiles
Yes.
and the pie tiles.
Very nice.
And speaking of Dungeons and Dragons, since we said that we'd talk about maybe the builds, my favorite book, I got it on there now. My favorite book of all time is actually Ready Player One.
I'm gonna read it again.
I watched
I
the
just
movie.
have it.
I started reading it again today.
Oh, I literally just got it from the library
That's
again.
like the movie, right?
Yes. But
Well,
I read it a long time ago. But I'm
I-
going to read it.
I read it at least once a year.
Really?
Well, listen to it. I do it on Audible at least once a year.
Yes.
And with the Dungeons and Dragons coming out, one of the biggest differences between the book and the movie is the first key, the copper key.
Mm-hmm.
In that, you actually go through the D&D module, the Tomb of Horrors. So with Lego actually bringing out the Dungeons and Dragons CMS and everything, I was like, I love the book. I know more about that. So
Yes.
why don't I build the
Ooh.
Tomb of Horrors in Lego?
That's awesome.
So I
And?
started doing that this week. So I am first I should pull up a picture of the Tomb of Horrors so I can give reference.
Yeah.
Tomb of Horrors. You know, if a smart person, like if Harold was here, he could have done this before I even thought to do that.
Mm.
So the original picture of the module, so the module came out in the 1970s. So this is where the artwork originally looked like
Oh,
for
wow.
the first
Wow.
room entrance to
Mhm.
it.
Mhm.
And this is the Green Demon and the entrance into the tomb.
Mhm.
But this module is considered one of the hardest and best D&D modules they ever put out. And it was put out almost 50 years ago now.
Wow.
still one of the best ones. So I was like, okay. I was like, I feel like jumping out of my comfort zone and doing something different. So that green demon you just saw, that's actually what I've been working on.
Whoa, that looks so good.
So
Oh,
that's where I've
so
been
good.
give a reference to the size
That's
because,
the scale.
yeah, basically in that room you don't go through the mouth to it, but in one of the other rooms there's two other demon heads and you actually go through them. So I was like, I'm gonna make them all the same size.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my little project I'm working
That's
on right now
awesome.
is the Tomb of Horrors from Dungeons and Dragons and Ready Player One.
Very nice.
So is that going to be the size of a modular building?
I don't know how big it's going to be each room. There are a total of, I'm trying to remember, I think it's either 16 or 21 rooms total. So it's
It's
like
all
you got,
one floor.
yeah, you go into a room and you go through a hallway into another room and it leads to another room. So I'm going to build them piece by piece over time, but that's my end goal is to design and build the entire Tomb of Horrors in Lego form.
Okay.
That's like Willy Wonka's
A little
chocolate
bit,
factory,
yeah.
going room into room.
Right? Like there's a sequential.
But is yours gonna be like if you were to display it, it would be on a table going this way and it would be
Would it be
room,
linear?
room, or is it gonna be 3-dimensional and going through and the
It
rooms
would-
are gonna be
It would technically, if I did it per the map of it, it had to be a multi-layer because there's actually tunnels that go underneath the rooms. So it had to be a multi-level. But for realistic sake, I'd probably do it linear.
Okay. That's cool. Oh, is it my turn?
I don't know. That's cool. I like that idea.
Yours.
You've
already talked to me.
All right, so I finally finished it today because I was watching the Olympics, so it was taking a while to build. Because I bought this on August 1st, and we talked about it last time.
Well, it's only August 9.
But I just finished it today. Is the McLaren supercar.
And
I like it, but it's not my favorite of all the supercars.
He hesitated. You felt that, right?
I heard it.
Right?
Because the reason being is because there's nothing that
return.
No, I like it. But there's nothing identifiable to make, oh, that's a McLaren. Because if you look at the Bugatti, it's like, oh, right away you see it's a Bugatti. I'm like, oh, maybe I just don't know cars.
I don't know cars
that well. Because maybe someone who like knows cars were like, oh, look, yeah, that's a McLaren. But when I see it, it's like, oh, it's like a cool car, but it has like cool like curves and everything to it. My favorite so far still is I like the Bugatti first. I would say maybe the Ferrari second. Then I'd go into
this is dead last, is what you're saying.
Porsche, Lamborghini,
Yep,
and then
dead
this will be the fifth one. I like it, but I don't like it as much as the other ones.
I hear you. There are some pens I don't like.
But it's cool. It's it was a fun build.
Any challenging moments?
No mistakes.
No mistakes. Knock wood.
Underneath, you could see like they have all the
skeleton,
all the gears, and everything.
Nice and neat.
That kind of turn together, so everything kind of works together. Tires are nice and big. The doors open, kind of like a Lamborghini. They open
upwards, out and up.
Just trying to do it with one hand.
Yes. Very nice.
So they open like that. Some people aren't a fan of like the skeleton look, but I'm used to it now for Technic. When you turn the steering wheel, the tires turn, so it's connected that way. See the tires are turning when you move the steering wheel.
Yeah.
This gear You can't see it. The red there, you can like
Move it,
move
maneuver it.
it back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
The front hood goes up,
Oh,
and it even has like
you're frozen. I just see your
Mhm.
fingernail.
Can you see it now?
No, it's still frozen. That's an interesting fingernail.
Is it still frozen?
It looks like it's like fused like skin, right? Like just one
Yep.
skin.
Can you see it now?
No, not at all.
Nope.
What?
I
It
thought it was
looks
just
like
me.
it even looks like it's just like photoshopped on top of like the picture of a car. That's all we see.
Oh. Do I leave?
I feel like it happens like that too when I work.
And then
Things
I'll
just
come
kind of
back in?
froze and I have to like, do I reset my computer?
Let
Yeah.
me try coming back in. Add.
Okay. You were saying.
You're back.
Resume.
Do you know how to
No.
press? Oh, there. Do it with one hand. What was the last part that you saw before my fingernail?
The
Did
shifter.
you see when I was showing underneath? Oh, the shifter. So you didn't see
Good
this
listening.
where I lifted up the hood. So
Right.
you can lift up the hood like
Okay.
that.
Cute.
So you can see the inside of the hood. So realistic that way.
Oh, now you broke it.
I just have that. The back of the car.
Yeah. You need me to hold it?
I got it.
Okay. Hands off.
So I guess these are supposed to be like the lights. And then this, you can turn this and then spoiler. The spoiler kind of raises up a bit and down. And then we have the plaque. So all the plaques now are printed.
Hmm.
No more stickers. But you have this little dimple.
When was the last sticker?
I don't know. I know with the Star Wars modulars.
Mm.
And then you always get these
The Star Wars modulars for stickers?
the
Mm-hmm.
What?
plates.
That's not worth it. Give me back my money, Lego.
So this was the motorcycle and this was still
I
a
see.
sticker.
I see. Interesting.
This one is the Ferrari.
Mhm.
So the Ferrari from 2 years ago was already not a sticker. So
Right.
so the plan is field trip.
Field trip.
What? There's a plan. I don't know. It's messy in there. Ah, messy. Oh, he already made him.
He's already made room.
So it's gonna hang here. So
He even bought his hooks.
Bugatti, then the Ferrari, Lamborghini, and Porsche. So originally I thought the McLaren was the same color as the Porsche, but
It's a bit more of a brighter yellow.
and this one is a yellow. It's a light bright yellow. Not quite Lego yellow, but more Chima yellow.
Yellow. A canary yellow.
A canary yellow.
Canary yellow.
So the box is cool too.
And we throw out these boxes. This is like where heartache happens. I love these boxes. I think at one point I was like trying to keep them in the garage, and I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do with this?
Oh, I have it upside down.
They're like in 3 sections.
Wait, I want to show the flaps.
Okay. There's flaps. Ooh.
1 sec.
We're going through some technical difficulty here, folks. Oh, you're frozen again. No, you're not frozen again. You're just like.
I just put the.
Did you know there's even dates? 08, 01. What is that?
No, that's bag box 1,
Oh.
box 2. Okay, so this is how it looks when you first open the box,
When I went to Edmonton, I couldn't find this.
and then it has a flap that you open like that. Oh, I think I put it backwards. And so this box here, there's 3 boxes,
Mhm.
and each box has bags,
Okay.
numbered bags.
And instructions are where?
Oh, instructions are.
Like in each box, I mean?
No.
Oh, packaging is like what makes things so fun, right?
Okay, so You take out each section like a
Okay.
square, and then underneath, this is where the instructions were. Like
Okay.
in these little indents.
For each one, like for each box had an instruction or not really?
No, just 2 instructions.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like that.
I see.
So it's nicely packaged. Like the
It is
packaging,
nicely
it looks
packaged.
cool. This was how the Ferrari was as well.
Mm.
I'm not sure if the Lamborghini or Bugatti, I can't remember if they also had these flaps like this, but it's fancy. And then it has like the same colors as the actual car. Here are the instructions. So this is
It's very thick
book 2, and
phone book.
book 1. And so as you
And
can
were
see,
there like
together it makes
see
the
how
car.
beautiful that is? Make you want to keep
Mhm.
it.
So in book 1, you're basically making this half. Actually, no. You end up making both. But this is the in real life picture of it. So
Yeah.
I guess it does look kind
Cool.
of sleek like that.
Yeah.
There's the black piece here and the black
Mhm.
kind of indent.
Mhm.
And then as you look, if you're into books, it has
Yes.
like nice photos of the McLaren.
I mean, there must be a business somewhere where someone just sells that, right?
Here's like different what would you call
Design?
it? Skins.
Oh, spins. Yeah, yeah.
Different skins of the McLaren.
Yes.
This is through the years, so I guess 93.
McLaren is what country? Germany?
2013, 2015.
What is McLaren?
sure.
I forget.
The McLaren Senna, the McLaren Speedtail, the McLaren Elva.
Elva.
These look different. I haven't seen something like this. So the F1, the one that I built right now, it's from 1993. Or no, the
Oh.
P1. The P1, 2013. This is the one that, this is the P1. And then just some more pictures. This is the Lego version. This is the real version.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's the scale though. Maybe it is. This is how
could
big
be.
the Lego version is. It's as big as the tire of the real version. These are the designers, I guess. So they put a lot of work into constructing this car, which a lot of people just poo-poo. Here's the white version, like the white Darth Vader.
Oh.
And Lego Technic podcast.
What? There's Lego Technic podcast?
I guess it says here podcast.
That's what it says.
What?
That's what it says.
Interesting.
And yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So that's my show and tell.
That's a fun show and tell. Did you have fun?
Okay.
What would you rate the build out of 10?
A strong 9.
A strong 9.
It was a good build. Like it was not too complicated to make mistakes like some other Technic. You know, with Technic, if you make a mistake, you have to take it up, start taking it apart and everything.
Yes.
This one,
Not so much.
yeah, I was watching the Olympics, so
You were listening to the podcast.
yeah, I was. It wasn't too. I wasn't too distracted or anything, so it was good.
I knew
right.
you were going to have this week. So this leads up to a question I have for you, Nick.
Yes.
Because you have gotten every single one of the supercars that Lego has put out, what is your level of interest for the Kata supercars?
Oh, the one that Clever Pig.
The Double Eagle Kata. So
That's the one that Clever Pig. I think he just built a Kata supercar.
They have quite a few of them.
I probably wouldn't get. The only reason now that it's just because I'm a collector, and so I've already I got the Porsche.
You can't stop.
Yeah, and Kata's not Lego too.
No,
so I haven't
it's
really
not
been
Lego.
getting into other off brands because then that would I would start getting everything of that too, because I'm
Yeah, because the one that they just announced a couple days ago was Kata actually is getting a lot of the vehicle company licenses. It's like Mazda, Land Rover. I can't remember. There's like 12 different vehicle licenses that Kata now has over Lego.
Wow. Yeah.
And the one they just announced was actually the RX-7 Bellside
Mm-hmm.
that was made famous in Tokyo, Fast
Oh,
and
that's
Furious
how you
Tokyo
spell
Drift.
it. All right. Oh, okay.
So that orange and black Bellside RX-7 is their newest one. But they've had, JK Brickworks has done a couple of the designs for them also. So,
Maria doesn't know Kata, so
yep,
this is Kata.
is a Chinese-based company that does the same quality of elements as Kata, at least by the they meet the same standards that Lego does, where you've had Lepin and all those that meet the standard. Kata actually meets the standard that Lego puts on their bricks. But I saw it pop up on Instagram last night, and I was like, oh, it's a supercar like the one Nick's going to get. I was like, I wonder if Nick would actually, if you would actually
See,
even dive into those.
like this one here kind of looks like the one I just built, but it has like all these like little
divots,
bullet holes,
and it makes it like unattractive. Is that what you're saying? Let's get to the part of this now. What exactly do you mean?
Like Technic already isn't as sleek as System Lego. This it looks even less smooth than Technic too.
Also, I don't know if that is one of their final designs. That one, the next one over here, the one, the hypercar, that is one of theirs. The blue one here.
This one looks similar to like a Technic set.
And that's what it is.
I think I would.
Their company started making the supercar. Actually, they use the same name. It is Kata Technic is the line. Don't know how they can use the same name, but that is the name they use for the same line.
They're not going to get into any copyright trouble as Lepin, will they?
Wow.
No. Well, what is it? Lego it no longer holds the patent for the brick elements or the designs and all that. So anybody can make the bricks. You cannot use the same designs that Lego has used. So if they design like the P1, they can't come out with a P1 that looks exactly the same as that one.
Just a little bit different.
Yeah.
Like they can't just grab the same instruction manual, slap it on, and use their own bricks. It has to be constructed differently.
Yeah. And one of their big things they're doing now is like they're getting mock builders to basically, like they might have put their designs on ideas or something and everybody liked it, but it didn't get in through ideas. Well, Kata will get those same builders and actually build the set for them and actually put their name on it and everything, which is, like I said, I know JK Brickworks have got at least 2 fields actually through them right now. His Prairie Dogs and the solar system, rotating solar system.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Lego made one, but he did it first.
Yeah.
Would you dive into Kata?
I would not. Andrew was talking about last night, and it's true. I have flashbacks to when I built Mega Block sets and how my fingers felt after doing that. And I'm always worried that if I do something besides Lego, it's not going to click or something where it hurt. But I saw their supercars and I was like, I was like, this might be something Nick likes. I didn't know if that'd be something that you would actually go down that rabbit hole also.
I probably wouldn't. I
think part of it too is just brand alone, right? Like I don't know, call it brand snobbery or just like brand loyalty. Like I personally won't be buying any other pens but Mont Blanc. at this point.
Not even
Right?
Bic.
I mean, I have like whatever standard pens, but like in terms of like, there's so many like fountain pen collectors out there, and they seem to have like quite a diverse range of collection when I look at their stuff. But like, and I know there's like some who are very loyal to a brand. I'm a loyal to a brand kind of person, right, Nick? Loyal to that brand.
Oh. Having said that,
Just saying.
are we gonna jump into our next segment? Our last
News
segment?
you can use. But yeah, no, it's interesting that they have that data.
is-
It's time for news you can use.
The first release. Tell me there is no September 1st release.
We're
just recovering.
Dungeons and Dragons, I think.
Dungeons and Dragons CMFs are September 1st.
Oh, CMS.
CMFs.
Okay.
Uh,
Where is this?
I'm getting it. I'm getting
Okay,
it.
fine.
We got 2 weeks worth.
Yeah.
But we'll go as far as, because sometimes I can't press continue anymore,
It only stops
so-
us to where it stops us. Oh, we've already seen
and we already saw her. so-
Rugby Girl. Rugby of Legos.
All right. News that you can use thanks to Alan the Brick Fan, who's probably back from San Diego Comic Con.
All right.
So we already talked about Sammy Sullivan, the mega
Yes.
fan.
Good job, Sammy. Fan.
who
Lego.
is
Love her.
she has an Instagram.
Oh, okay. Well, we should follow.
Well,
Lego
what happens
announces.
if you press continue? I haven't seen what,
That's a
what
slippery. More pictures.
No,
that's it.
nothing. Back. Okay, so where are we here? Lego announces Asmodee multi-year partnership to create a Lego board game.
Oh,
Ooh.
I don't know what's Asmodee.
is it like a company, a game
The
company?
first
must
of these
be.
games is
Yeah, it
Lego
is.
Monkey Palace.
Oh, yeah, we saw that last month. Remember,
Mhm.
remember it's like you almost like have to stack.
2 to 8 players.
And now there's going to be a second game called the Lego Life. Isn't that what we just do? We just buy Lego and we're playing the
there's
Lego
no-
Life.
There's no pictures.
It's the
of it.
game of life.
The game of I like the game of life actually.
Oh, so this is
We have
back. The trophy award promotion
Oh.
returns,
Oh,
Mhm.
and double insider points on selected
can
sets.
we make this?
I haven't gotten this yet.
Hmm.
So this is
have it on the way.
until August 16th. Oh, you have one on the way.
Oh, already?
It's on the way.
What did you
Wow.
What did you buy to get this?
$85
Uh,
Lego.
We actually went and looked. They actually had some decent sales going on. So we got 5 of the Jade Rabbit
Okay.
sets and 5 of the Agrabah Lego store exclusives.
Oh, cool. Agrabah.
So I guess Alan is suggesting some
Mhm.
sets here. Oh no, double insider for the following
Yeah,
sets. So you get double
that's
points
those sets.
for Bumblebee, the NASA Artemis space launch,
Mhm.
Hocus Pocus, Razor Crest, Coruscant gunship, and Chewbacca.
Chewbacca.
So none of these
Chewbacca?
are. Yeah,
We
Chewbacca's up
Where
there.
did you put Chewbacca? I was looking
By the
around.
Ewok village.
Oh.
See,
Oh, right.
he camouflages well.
He camouflages too well. I feel like some of our Legos, they don't even exist anymore.
So
Yeah.
this is a nice one, but I'm not gonna get it. But
Oh,
it's
okay.
the Artemis space. If I didn't have the Saturn
Okay.
5, I would maybe this. What do you think about this set, Jeremy? The NASA Artemis space launch.
It's pretty neat, especially the amount of detail and actually how realistic it looks.
Mhm. Yeah. What about Hocus Pocus? You're a Disney fan.
I'm a Disney fan. I watched that movie 10 million times when I was younger. But
No way.
as I got older, it's like I haven't really watched that much. So yeah, I've never had an interest for that set,
Even to get the witches.
even to get the witches. If it doesn't go in the Brickling store, we don't really get it.
Get a bit Bette Midler. She does look like Bette Midler.
Where is Bette Midler nowadays?
Hocus Pocus. Razor. Oh, it's
The Razor Crest.
the Ultimate Collector Series Razor
Yeah.
Crest. That's double VIP points. Interesting. And Chewbacca. So this is the last day for the Technic P1 logo gifted
Mhm.
purchase.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to get this as well. I haven't built it yet. So I think the P1 spins.
I thought you have that. I saw it here.
Yeah, it's there.
Okay.
I haven't built it yet.
Oh, I see.
Lego Life magazine to be rebranded November 2024.
Right.
So I've never really seen this
Right.
magazine, but it's interesting. They have the mini dolls and the minifigures together.
Right.
You never really see them together. Looks kind of odd, like the faces. Jaws, general public.
Yep.
Not quite sure where I'm going to put Jaws. If I'm going to put it by Titanic because it's water, or in our bedroom.
I don't think it's bedroom material.
Lego Ideas Italian Riviera achieves 10,000 supporters. This looks nice.
I like the clothes hanging, the pants hanging, the grapes.
What do you think about this, Jeremy?
Nice and
It's actually
colorful.
pretty neat. I like the fact that it's not just a standard modular; it's an actual like layout and everything.
I like the different levels
Mm-hmm.
on the building, and then the roof texture is cool as well. And I like the front facade of the yellow building. How they use the studs here.
Yeah.
To have it's like cobblestone, but it's also like you sometimes see this, but you see it in gray, not
Oh, I
in
see.
yellow. So it's a little bit different. Oh, and here's the interior. Oh, they use these bricks. Headlight bricks.
Yeah, headlight bricks.
It's nice.
Well,
It
what is
reminds me of the Disney movie Luca, I guess. Something
Kinda.
about it.
Oh, they used the headlight bricks for these pieces. It's just a stick. I was like, everything's a headlight bricks there, but it's you put um, oh, and they have the ice cream cones look like grapes. That's a good idea. I could see Jeremy using that in one for grape vines. I know they have the new Lego ideas was announced too. In the past
Mm-hmm.
few weeks, but I want to do it. Oh, here. So Willy Wonka
fun.
has
Oh,
made
no.
the third Lego idea winner.
Oh,
Willy Wonka.
okay. His hair looks really chocolatey. Look at that very shiny hair.
Oh, this guy.
Very chocolatey.
No, this is cool. It's the chocolate river scene when they go into the factory, and then we get some Oompa Loompas. What do you think about this, Jeremy?
I actually like it. I'm partial to Willy Wonka. I like the whole design of it. I mean, it's really neat. The only thing that could have made it better was the boat. I would love to have seen the boat on it.
Oh,
Oh,
maybe
that's
they'll
a good
add
one.
maybe they'll add the boat because this is just the fan design.
This is just the
This golden
preliminary.
ticket is this
Is it
also going to
printed?
be part of the set? I don't
Should
see
be.
it connected to anything.
Not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks.
And this looks like the waterfall moves. Like you can turn a crank and
I feel like
this will
this
move.
front area here looks messy. Like I wish it could be finessed. I don't know how more. And I'm not a builder, so I shouldn't critique. But like it just looks blobbed.
So we're getting this, the Charlie and Chocolate Factory, and we're also getting the Italian Riviera, which is similar to the one we just saw. The roof's like the same, which makes me think you can join them together to make a bigger scene. So
okay,
this is nice too.
I like this one more than the other one. It has more
3-dimension.
dimension. I was gonna say, right?
Plus, there's gelato.
This is more polished, is what I'd say. This one is.
Yes.
More polished.
Yes. It's just from it looks like that the scene makes it more dynamic. Like,
and they're saying Lego is still doing their final checks for Disney Pixar.
Luxo Junior lamp. Oh, the
lamp.
Luxo. Oh,
You know the
yes,
special lamp?
Yeah.
There's no pictures though of that.
Okay.
But we haven't even gotten Nightmare Before Christmas, so this
No.
one is gonna be a while away till we
Sure.
get it.
Yeah.
Lego Worlds Collide, the Ultimate Assembly, Humble Bumble.
Mm-hmm.
So
Humble
back
Bumble.
when we were buying those Lego the video games.
Yep.
So now you can get all 18 games for $15.
Whoa! What is
Jeez.
this? What?
I know.
What happened?
You can pay as
the
much,
bundle
but you
is
can
a
also
$4.19 value if you're buying each game individually.
yeah, if you buy all 18
What?
individually. So
This is
$4.19 divided by
ludicrous.
18 is what is $4.19 divided by 18? Calculator.
50 something. 50 something.
No, it can't be per game.
Divided by 18.
23 bucks. So instead you're paying 15. What's 15 divided by 18?
Less than $1.
Less than $1 each.
Ding, 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 ding.
So it says that you can pay as much as you want because it's for a charity, but it's only 15 bucks that you have to pay. So these are all the games here.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Because those games are still fun.
I think so.
Yep.
Lego Star Wars Character Encyclopedia Update Edition coming in 2025.
Ooh, I feel like we keep buying these things and then we don't really read them.
Well, we're buying it for the special exclusive minifigure.
I thought we were buying it so that we can read it together when we're old.
No. So this book, it's going to have an exclusive Lego Star Wars minifigure.
But do we have any idea which
one
it is?
But we don't know what it is yet.
Stay tuned.
So those are the ones that are always stolen.
I know. Even when I go to like Indigo. Terrible.
So when I went on August 1st to the Lego store, Brick and Brood was there as well.
I know.
And he was wearing his Jaws shirt because he was excited to pick up Jaws.
Okay.
And so we go in.
Did you get this already?
Yeah. So we go in and they're like, oh, Jaws comes out August 3rd. And he's like, what?
So what did he end up getting?
So he got a bunch of other things.
As he should.
But yeah, we didn't know that Jaws that didn't come out August 1st with everything else. It came out 2 days later, which is weird.
It is.
Which is weird.
But yeah.
Something happened there. There was a miscom.
So I'm trying to. So this is actually the 58th Lego Idea set.
Oh.
Does it say 58?
Is it terrible that when I look at all of our
58.
show scenes, like I don't know some? Like when I go, this is Friends, this is this is The Office, and then there's some that I'm like,
Seinfeld.
Yes, I got that. I got those two.
Queer Eye.
Yeah, I got
the one over there is from How You Met Your Mother.
Which is the one with the canoe?
That's from Friends.
So there's two from Friends?
Yeah, Friends Apartment. Apartment, and then the cafe.
The cafe.
So Lego Christmas ornaments selection revealed.
It's okay.
It's just okay.
I can make that.
These
Marina, go make
dots. Which one do you like the most? I like Santa.
I like the reindeer.
You like the reindeer?
Reindeer.
How about you, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Reindeer.
It just has nice
contrast. How about you, Andrea?
Right?
She's still on Willy Wonka.
Oh.
She's looking at that picture. She likes it.
I like the green behind the snowman. What color is that? It's like a
teal.
Behind the snowman, that is turquoise.
What's the Lego color? Turquoise. That's the official Lego color name. Turquoise.
Yep.
I don't know how. I don't like how they did the nose though.
Dark turquoise.
Dark turquoise. Yep.
I forwarded it. I'm up to date now.
Yeah, she's up to date now.
Oh, okay.
Which one does Andrea like the most?
Which is your favorite? Andrea, which is your favorite out of the four?
It's hard to choose sometimes.
Huh?
The present.
The present is what she said.
Oh, the present. Okay. So we'll give the snowman to Harold. I can press it. All right, what's next? Seasonal Halloween barn.
Halloween's coming. All things Halloween are in Costco. It's crazy.
Oh, look, there's a creepy eye.
Ooh, and another creepy eye.
Yeah, big eye.
How did they make the big eye?
It's probably a sticker.
Oh.
So that's interesting. Yeah, this is how. Oh, it's a big mouth.
Ooh, that's nice.
Christmas gifts. Happy New Year's, guys.
Yeah.
This one looks cool. I saw this one.
Does
So
it?
seasonal Christmas table decoration.
Mm.
It's a candle, but it looks
You
like
just
it's
like-
melting.
Just like the botanical look for it.
No, I like how the wax looks
Is
like
that
it's
a new
melting.
feature, a new element?
I'm not sure. Jeremy, do you know?
We've
don't
had
think
it
it ever
for cake. I don't know if we've had it on that size.
Really?
Oh, it's a big
Yep.
size.
Yep, it's a bigger piece. So I don't know if we've had one that size.
Interesting.
And this looks like it's curved downward.
Yes, it does.
Downwards.
But usually it's not,
I
right?
concur.
Or maybe it,
Huh.
no, it's just a regular. I think it's just a regular slope piece like that.
Mm.
It just looks like it's curved, but I don't think.
Oh,
it is.
it's the wedge. No,
No.
I don't know.
The curved ones are wedges.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like, because you can see where the seams are. So that's the wedges, the curved wedge.
Oh.
Yeah, like
And it's
that.
going to have.
Yeah. I first
That's a
thought
good
these were
ribbon.
boxing gloves, but
Mm.
I don't think they are.
Can we take a look at the wick again? How
Yeah,
did they make it glowy? Or is it just Photoshop?
that's just
Photoshop.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it doesn't glow like
Oh,
that.
I got excited about that. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Lego idea. So we saw which one won. Working River Rapid Ride.
River Rapids
Fairground.
Ride. Like, is it magnets?
Oh
no.
I don't think so. I think it's just a track,
Okay.
but it looks cool.
It looks big.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It'll be like a pricey piece because it's quite chunky.
I don't think this one will win.
It's a lot.
This is. Oh, there's actually doors.
Yeah.
AFOL Community Integration Manager Jan Bayer leaves the Lego.
Why,
group.
Bear? Tell us.
So I think he's working for a different company now. He will be working with Lego certified professional Casper Benedictson from Brickworks as a
Oh.
development manager. So
Oh,
he has a new position.
okay, good job.
I'm not sure what he was doing for Lego.
Yeah.
That's and these are just the sets available August. What was our last show? Was it July 31st?
Last Friday.
I don't remember what
remember.
that date was.
2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
no, 2 weeks ago. But no, because like the end of the month was just last Friday, so it was
We didn't go. We went over this? Did we or
the
no?
26th.
I don't remember this one though. Lego Harry Potter's The Burrow
Oh.
Collection Edition first look.
What does that mean? A game? Another board game?
No, it's a basically
big
almost like a
burrows.
a UCS burrow.
Burrows.
No.
Yeah.
I've seen a picture of it.
Here's the picture.
No. Oh, it's not that big.
But look how big the minifigures are.
Okay, you have no space for this. Amen.
I have my
Hmm.
little burrows. I don't know
He'll
if I'll
always
a
find a
little-
place.
We have a little burrow. We like our little
Yeah.
burrow.
But I guess this is the next like Gringotts.
Yes.
Or Diagon Alley. So
Yeah.
now they're coming up with
Mm.
the burrows. Right now I'm.
Mm.
So you're gonna get Harry Potter, the whole
How
Weasley
rare is it for
family,
Nick to be?
Ron,
Mm.
Ginny, Arthur, Molly, Fred. So we've gotten all these characters already. So the official announcement should be coming out soon.
Okay. Thank
So
you.
this was from a Chilean Lego certified store.
Chilean.
So that we got this picture here.
Chilean. Okay. Thanks, Chilean.
Yeah, thanks, Chilean. Oh, so this was
The
also
Onyx
also revealed.
Cinder.
Which we don't really know this ship because I guess it's from
Oh.
the new show.
Oh.
It's from
But you get
Skeleton
this-
Crew.
You get this cool Max Rebo
Yeah.
cousin,
For sure.
and she has cool storm hair. But this ship kind of looks like a mess
Mhm.
when I just look at it. But maybe it might mean more after you see it. I guess it's out already, August 1st.
Mhm.
So I don't know if it was flying off the shelves.
It should need a lot of tile.
Yeah, it needs a lot of tile.
It's even like really clunky looking,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, it is. and we tend to get that with basically things that like Star Wars, so Lucasfilm, that they want to keep stuff secret and not let everybody get out. So they just give them little things to Lego to work with when they make these designs. Because you know they had to give them the designs maybe a year ago for this.
Okay.
Hmm.
So it's just like the Kylo Ren ship whenever we had Force Awakens, where the wings were like directly up, but in the movie they actually went out to the side. But Lego only ever saw it
Hmm.
with the arms going up.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how the actual ship looks in the
Hmm.
show. If it does look like this, or if they just got it completely wrong. The candy shop. I am Groot. Other Groot. Did we see this
I
one?
like that like skeleton like it's thrown together.
I don't remember seeing this one. The post office.
So this is the Lego Ideas modular post office in
Neoclassical style achieves.
neoclassical style. What is
It's
neoclassical?
all of this part, like all the portico, the arches, like the
It looks very
swirls.
Roman.
Yeah,
Romanesque.
Romanesque. No, I don't remember seeing
Inside,
this. But this is just like an idea, right?
inside looks
Would
something
you
that
think you're gonna
Jeremy
release
would
the
show
modular
us.
again, like in December?
Maybe
They
that's
better
the.
not.
It's only a month early. So this is more pictures of the skeleton crew.
Ooh, I want to
And
do.
then the last day of Comic-Con,
And ooh, look at that.
the cool Darth Vader. Oh, this was revealed, I guess, in Comic-Con, the Mario with the legs.
Mhm.
And
The Deku tree.
what's it called again?
Uh,
Zelda.
Deku.
Oh, Dick, yeah. You know how much I know about Zelda.
Are those patches?
I think they are. This one here. It's
Oh,
a
that's
patch.
fun.
This one is this is inside
I got
the
these fun
package.
patches in Chicago, and I don't
Oh
know
wait,
what
it
to
says
patch
fabric
on.
sticker.
Yeah.
Oh, fabric sticker is a patch.
Yeah.
Okay. I just saw the word sticker.
Yeah. Very fun. Village Market Village.
I don't think we saw this one too.
No, I don't think so either. Look at the smokestacks. I like their crazy roof. It's almost like
Yeah, it's
crazy.
bricks. Bricks
Opens.
on bricks.
Opens. City ski and climbing.
City.
Oh, we've seen these.
Yeah, I remember seeing this one. All right. All right, we made it. Oh, where's a comment?
Oh.
Hey. So Jeremy, what are you up to this weekend?
I think actually we're actually getting to weather where we actually can go hiking again. We're
Ooh, it's
actually
not so
only have
crazy
one day
hot.
this week. One day this week
Oh.
only going to be over 100. So we got a couple
Wow,
days
that's
where it's going to be in the
so
low
crazy.
90s. Yep.
And is it gonna start creeping down now, starting at this
Mhm.
point?
That's what it looks like. It's
Oh.
basically June and July are the hot months, and looks
Right.
like the weather's already taking a dive. So
But your air is clear, like it's not
mhm.
muggy, right?
And
Even if
come-
it's that
Correct.
hot.
Come December, January, what temperature will it get there?
December and January, it could be around freezing at night, and during the
Oh,
day
it
it could
does.
be in the 40s, maybe.
Mm,
Also, it is cold still.
it is.
Yeah, it's still
I just
cold.
thought Phoenix would be warm, like Arizona.
Well,
Like
we're a
Arizona.
little bit north of Phoenix, so
Mm.
I don't think it gets. I think it gets a little bit warmer during the day there, but at night still there, it's probably still around freezing at times.
What are we doing? Yeah, basketball tomorrow.
Mason's birthday party. I know
Oh.
I think we celebrate his birthday already at home here, but he still wants like
We're gonna go for sushi
sushi
on
lunch.
Sunday.
I don't know, a double birthday.
Sushi buffet.
But I think maybe that it's really for us too.
A reason to
Your
get out.
giving birthday.
Because today is my giving birthday, my third one of my 3 giving birthdays.
Yeah, your second.
I
giving
suppose. Yeah, no, I think just catch up on things. Maybe I'll catch up on shows.
Big Brother.
Big Brother. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Kind of thing.
We
We
don't
have
have a
nothing to
guest
plug.
We don't have a guest to plug. So
Stay
check
tuned
out
for us next week.
check out Jeremy on Instagram,
Yes.
Port City Brick. On Tuesdays, they have their special trivia, which I was able to get the answer to one of them this week. Did you know that one?
No, I didn't.
The
I
original.
don't even answer when I don't know. I'm like, do I Google? Is that cheating if I Google? I guess it's cheating, so I'm not going to do that. And then would Google even know it? Is it there?
The original Lego themes that came out.
The Legoland system.
Legoland system, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, I didn't know it was past, present, future though.
That's how they looked at it.
I didn't know that. But the answer
Very
was
Disney.
castle, city, and space. So castle was past.
Town.
Oh, town. Which I said town.
You did
the
say
reason
town.
the reason why I said town was from Clutch, because I remember he'd always talk about town.
Oh.
Yep.
Say
No, I would totally not get that.
So.
Very fun.
But we will say our goodbyes.
So hopefully everybody had this end of the week. But special thanks to those who dropped by with messages, including Renee Babicow, Cool Hand, Luke Bricks, Brick Babe, Rob Claxton, NoMoreBricks, Where Are You? Stud Studious, Armand, Uptown Bricks, and Whiskey Folk 88. Until next Friday. Are we here next Friday still?
Yep. So next Friday, confirm we have Nikki and NLS Sweetie. She'll be here next week, and then we're gonna have a 2-week hiatus, Brick Slopes, and we have a trip,
Our summer
and then
vacations.
we'll be back.
In September. Oh my God, school is around the corner. We cannot think of this.
School is around.
We can't look so far in the future.
But until next time. Merry Christmas and bye. Oh, I'm blocking your face.